So that's nice. It's always a great learning experience when you run small ad campaigns, experiment between targeting, experiment between creatives, experiment between different kinds of objectives, because that gives you an idea into how these platforms work. So I would request all of you to go to different social media channels and try all of these things, because um every day there's something new happening. Every day a new feature comes, every day something interesting, something innovative happens. So it's always good to be on top of it, right? Focusing on creating content first. Of course, see, that's a great decision, because no matter how much money you put into a campaign, but if the content is not good, it wouldn't work. So that's a good idea. Okay, but do it now, Alok. Like, do it, because if you run ad campaigns, you get stuck somewhere, you need some guidance. I'm here to help you out, right? So do it. Cool then. That's good to know. So with that, let's start today's session, right? So just buckle up. We'll begin in like 10 seconds. So, how many of you are not on Instagram or are not active at all? I mean, is there someone who's not on Instagram and not active at all or something? So, Punita, you're not. So now would be the right time to be, because Instagram is quite an important social media channel. So it would be great. So I'll just enable my screen as well, right? So it will be great if you sign up and you start exploring. Okay, don't worry, we'll make Snapchat also friendly for you. I mean, remember how you guys were also a little skeptical about Twitter, but once we did it, you guys were pretty excited about it, right? So that's okay. We'll go through all of it and we'll figure. Cool. So guys, before we start with Instagram, there's something very important you guys should know. Throughout the years, as the time and era has been changing, the way users consume data has also been changing. When I say the way they consume, that means the kind of content they consume, right? So when in the earlier days of internet, data used to be bleak, right? So people would, so we had platforms like chat messengers, and a lot of email used to be sent even for personal communication, right? I mean, imagine you writing an email to your friend now. How funny would that be, right? Um, then, like as technology improved, data became accessible. A lot of platforms started creating rich content. Okay, so from videos to GIFs to let's even say heavy pictures. Before that, articles, text content. The way people were consuming data started changing drastically, right? And as we kept moving forward and data became more accessible, pictures and videos became like a hot cake. Because as you know, and it's very logical and very simple fact, that a picture says 1,000 words and a video says a gazillion, right? So pretty much that is the simple basic concept which even social media channels took into place. I don't know if you guys were on Facebook in 2007. It wasn't really a very photo or a video centric platform. It was more about textual content and little bit of photos and pictures here and there. But then Google Plus came with the avenue of talking about photos and videos, and it really revolutionized social networks. And then Facebook had to retaliate, so Facebook also uh, became heavy on photos. And then came the time of articles and blogs, and you would find listicles and articles everywhere. And eventually now is the time uh, when videos has become like one of the video has become very popular. It's a very rich format. I mean, I don't have to tell you guys. We're all seeing it around us. How videos create a huge impact, and how videos are really impactful. Hi, Lucky. Please be on time for the sessions. Your classmates, they also have things to do over the weekend, right? So please, it's a humble request, right? Let's not delay the sessions, and don't miss out on stuff. So please, yeah. It's okay, don't say sorry, but just make sure that you're not late, right? Because then everyone has to wait, and then, you know, they have other things to do as well. So please, okay. Thanks for understanding. It's a classroom after all, maybe a virtual one. So let's also be a little, strict with these things, okay? But anyway, welcome. Good morning. Hi. Yeah, so the way in which photo and the way in which rich media now gets consumed is immense. I mean, look at these channels, Hotstar, Netflix. You are streaming HD videos real time, now you can easily share videos on WhatsApp. It really is so easy. The internet is powerful enough to carry that weight. So the way now people share and consume content has changed drastically. So with time, as this kept on happening, the social media channel also started evolving, right? So now we had channels where you could take pictures, videos, and easily share it with your friends. And another thing which I personally feel what happened was, as Facebook, which was like the big daddy of them all, started talking more nonsense, like news and things and politics and this and there, somewhere down the line, the fact and the need for sharing content with your friends, sharing stuff, it got lost somewhere, So then channels like Instagram picked up popularity pretty well. I mean, these were platforms where now you could send pictures to your friends, you could share it publicly, you could add hashtags like Twitter and share it across. People who want to look for something nice, they can search for a hashtag, see a picture. People who want to look at small videos, your verticals like travel, food, fashion, uh, these just became so popular. Everyone became a travel influencer, people sharing pictures of this and that. So things changed drastically, and then eventually, of course, Facebook bought Instagram because it was facing some serious competition from them. Facebook even tried to buy Snapchat but couldn't. So they leverage Instagram to tackle Snapchat, but that's a story which we'll talk about later today, right? So hence, as time changed, internet became more accessible, data became more accessible, platforms changed, cameras became better. And I mean, if you go back and see pictures which you took 10 years back, they wouldn't be that appealing as opposed to the ones you take now, because the cameras have also improved. Would you agree or not? Yes or no? I mean, a picture from 2007 or 8 would really not look that appealing as opposed to the one which you might take now, because the cameras have also improved, right? So keeping all these things in mind, the platforms improved, and channels like Instagram and Snapchat also came to the top. Yeah. So that's something else. We'll come to that when we do Snapchat. But right now, we're just trying to understand the platforms. So hence, the model of these social networks is very simple. You look at something nice, or you have something nice to share. You take out your phone, you take a picture. Okay, wait. So let me just ask you guys. Can you all hear me, guys? Am I audible? Can you all hear me? Am I audible? Okay, perfect. Please relog in. Yeah. It's okay, she must be having technical issues. It happens, guys. If possible, switch to an alternate internet, right? It's okay. Yeah. Anyway, so now, like, you're traveling somewhere to find something very appealing. You click a picture, add a couple of hashtags, and share it with the world. Instagram and Snapchat also have things known as stories, right? There's a technical glitch at times. What glitch? I mean, be specific. Is it with everyone? Varun, is it with you as well? Say yes if audio is okay for you. I just want to understand whether it's with. See, then that means it's not at my end, guys. Okay, just check your Wi-Fi bit. Can you guys switch to an alternate internet? I think that would make sense, right? Because some of you know how internet is. I mean, we've been through it so many times now. Don't worry. As long as you guys can hear me out, it's cool. Okay. And if you miss something, please tell me. I'll repeat. I'm here for you, right? So don't worry. If you miss something, I will definitely answer. Okay. Cool. Great. So so I was saying, so then these platforms also introduced uh, uh, content pieces like stories, where you could shoot photos or videos and instantly add some stickers, make them very cool and exciting to them, add some emojis and stuff, and tag people and share it, and they can vanish after some time, so because you don't want them people to look at them forever, so you're doing something and that's just for that particular day, so they see and it vanishes. So these two kinds of things became very popular, and platforms like Instagram and Snapchat picked up, right? And of course, since these are app-based platforms, right? So Instagram is an app, Snapchat is an app, mobile app. So of course, they're supposed to be personalized. I mean, a mobile phone is a personal handset, right? It's something personal. So your photos, videos, they're all a log of what you are doing, where you are, stuff being shared by you. So it becomes more personal, right? So hence the content also becomes quite personal here. But the thing is that it's easily shareable and it's public in the sense that you can use hashtags, especially on Instagram, not Snapchat, obviously. So you can use hashtags, you can add locations, you can tag people, you can comment. So it's an open public social network where you can share pictures, photos, videos, and brands and businesses have also leveraged it to the fullest, to the best. Okay, so first and foremost, let's try to understand the audience, like what kind of audience is there on Instagram. Okay, see, Indians on Instagram mobile first, okay, and with more than 80% using their phones. Sorry, just a second, just hang on, guys. The chat window is like a knife in my heart. Yes, Indians on Instagram mobile first with more than 80% using their phones to take pictures to post on social media. Obviously, I mean anywhere, right? Makes sense. And the most active Instagrammers are between 18 to 24. So that's a very important insight because Instagram is more popular with the younger audience, and that's a given, right? So if you're a brand which is youth centric, or if you're a brand which is into which has a great audience in terms of youngsters, then Instagram is the platform where you should definitely be. Okay. Indian Instagrammers are avid travelers, 50% of whom who have taken for vacation in the past year. In fact, they're avid foodies as well because I've seen them talk and share content on food as well. Travel, food, fashion, these three verticals are like a hot selling cake on Instagram. And if you are into that vertical, then the channel is very important for you. Over 50% of Indian Instagrammers have frequently purchased products and services for brands they follow. They also follow the brands to keep in touch with the latest products, learn about these, and shop. See, well, the younger audience specifically is very choosy and selective about what they wear. Brands, fashions, and labels. These things are now vanishing, and they're like really not as prominent as they used to be 10 years back. You have a lot of independent players, you have a lot of small boutiques and manufacturers who make stuff like jewelry and clothes and apparel and food, a lot of things. And Indian young audience, especially the Instagram audience, they love to try those things, sample it, get something ordered. And people are not very picky in terms of brands now. If they see something nice and see that there's a lot of good traction along with it, they would definitely ask for it. But not even the younger audience, in my personal experience over the years, what I've seen is a lot of mature audiences also leveraging Instagram. I don't know. So, some of you, especially the ladies, might know that a lot of jewelry and fashion stuff is sold on Instagram, and even a lot of mature audience does it. A lot of aunties are also there on Instagram. They're doing good business. They're working pretty well. Have you guys seen? Ladies, have you seen? I mean, it's become very very popular now. Instagram. You have ladies selling stuff on WhatsApp. I don't know if you guys have seen or not. They create WhatsApp groups and they they share photos that buy this and buy that. So marketing is at its prime with these channels, and it's amazing to see that how housewives, with no MBA degrees are also doing such amazing stuff. They're creating groups. They're doing network marketing. They're going to channels like Instagram, picking up channels, selling stuff. Yes, they get response, especially jewelry and all these things, fashion. So yeah, I mean, this is the right place to be there and sell stuff. So definitely yes. And like I said, key interests would include your travel, food, photography, music, yes, technology to a bit, right? Fashion and sports, definitely. So any form of like any product or service where visually you can really create exciting stuff and really appeal to the audience, Instagram is there for you. And um don't underestimate its power. I've seen people sell a lot of crazy stuff on Instagram. I've seen people do some good B2B marketing as well on Instagram, although it's not the right channel for it. But people whom have leverage, who have leverage, well, so it's there. So don't underestimate it. And in India, it has become very popular. I would say Instagram is more popular than Twitter. In fact, the user base is also more than Twitter, so you can understand how crazy it is, right? So it's a huge and very important social media channel. So the Indian Instagram audience is comparatively younger and more premium as compared to most social platforms. Snapchat is, in fact, the most premium. It has a very niche audience of, I would say, rich young kids because they love to party, they love to travel. So we'll come to Snapchat in a bit, and then we'll talk about these things, right? But Instagram again has a mixed batch, but yes, the audience is premium, and these are kids, who are good decision makers these days. These are the younger audiences who if they invest in something. Um, they'll invest it, right? I mean, see, any kind of content, Alvin, would be fine as long as it is appealing. If I post puzzles and math sums, it might not work. It might work. That has to be experimented. But since it's more of a photo and a video rich platform, then the content also has to be. Someone's microphone is on. Can you please put it to mute? That would be really helpful because it's creating a lot of noise. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, so exactly. So and also, if you look at brands like Fast Track, Happily Unmarried, the brands which cater to the younger audience, the kind of content these guys make is also very, very, I would say, sly, very, very intellectual. It's as opposed to Facebook, where you do more laid back stuff, try to invoke an appeal, humor, fun. Instagram content is visually rich and a little intellectual. They'll say fun stuff, they'll ask for puzzles. So, come, let me just show you. I think showing is always better. Uh, do you guys know what Happily Unmarried is? It's an Indian brand, and these guys make cosmetics for women. Didn't start like that, but now it's like, na? See, it's Friday, and your skin deserves a drink, right? So nice, simple visuals, but of course, little intellectual. Swear jar, I'll clean my room. I will not cancel our next Goa trips. So when you create something like this, okay, so then people love tagging their friends. See, that even I can tag three friends and say, that you guys always cancel out on Goa trips, right? Topicals, guys. I always urge you guys to do topicals. See, it's the summers right now, and it's a great time to leverage the heat outside and talk about stuff, and they've done that. So such a nice way to capture attention, no? No girl should wear shorts. And then you're like, why? Who the hell are you to say this? And then they say, without this sunscreen body lotion. Such a smart way, right? See, brands are trying to be disruptive wherever they can, right? So thinking a little out of the box is always a good idea, right? Um, so they do a lot of such intellectual stuff. Okay, reasons to try because it's time you use products we made from exotic English and harmful chemicals. And then they're giving a discount, right? Three things lighter than the HU body lotion. Salary, the bag of air with few chips, my boss's brain. Right? And then people love tagging their friends, and sharing those ha-has, and that gets the word across. And like I said, even animated stuff, because it gives you avenues for visuals. Right? So stuff like that really creates a lot of impact, a lot of, I would say, visually rich content really creates that impact, right? How brand affiliation works. Several Insta bloggers gets affiliated with brand. How it works? Well, it's very simple. See, you as a brand have to invest in a lot of things, right? You have to invest in uh, manufacturing, packaging and labeling. You have to invest in logistics and supply, and you have to invest in marketing. And when you invest in marketing, it doesn't mean that only running ads is investment. Okay, another investment can be chalking out a couple of unit of products and using them as giveaways and samples. And many brands do it. A lot of them do it. Many brands, they put in their marketing budget that what? There is no loud music. I can't hear any. I can't hear what? Can you hear loud music, guys? Strange. Anyway, let's carry on. Hilarious, but I think Somewhere else it might be Rakesh, not here. Anyway, so then those product units and those samples or whatever you call them, they become your market, a part of your marketing spend, and you use them. Uh, and you use them to reach out to influencers and say, guys, we will give you a sample or a product to try, right? And you put up some content around it. You put up some pictures, photos, videos, and we'll float it across, and we'll share it, and we'll mention you. Now, two things happen here, Stuti. One, the brand is mentioning the influencer and the blogger, and they're getting some visibility, and the blogger who has thousands of followers, they're also mentioning the brand and getting some visibility, and it's a like a mutual kind of agreement, and they get to sample a product and create content, right? And they share it across. Okay, so I'm really sorry, although I shouldn't be sorry for this, but let me ask for the last time. I don't want you guys to have any discomfort, but can you all hear me? Am I audible? Yeah, can you all hear me? Yeah, Valerie, there's something wrong at your end. It's okay. Yeah, right. Anyway, so we'll carry on. It's okay, guys. Let's be patient and helpful with each other, right? It's the month of Ramadan, and it's all about sharing and being nice, right? So let's have that sentiment. Okay, don't worry. And always remember, you're not missing out on anything. I'm of course recording this, and if you miss something, tell me. I'll always go back and tell you. Okay, so don't worry about all those things. Take care. Great, but see the kind of content, like a mix of both creatives and hard-hitting visuals and cheeky sly comments, because the audience is younger. And see, this is the kind of Stuti, I was telling you, repost Chadda Alisha. So they've sent some products to this lady, and she's posted it back, and I'm sure she must have some decent followers, right? नीचे से क्यों खुला, right, around 5,000, and she might be a little bit of influence, and she does a lot of such stuff here. She's promoting um, chocolates or whatever they are, right, and stuff like that. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship, and you work with each other and do a lot of crazy stuff. I've even seen a lot of big brands do it with a lot of big influencers, right? So this is like a very popular influencer, a mommy blogger or whatever, and see, this is such a uh, 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 funny post where she's promoting Ariel as a detergent on Instagram, right? And there she's also mentioned paid partnership with Ariel. So you have to do that. On Instagram, you have to sometimes mention that it's a paid partnership, and see so many comments, right? I mean, it's any day better than a magazine ad. Would you agree or not? And it's of course 1/20th the cost, I guess. In fact, lesser, right? These are great ways of leveraging people who have a lot of traction, and you're right, the right audience follows them. Yeah, it depends on followers. It depends on many things. It depends on uh, um, the engagement. Okay, a lot of people buy fake followers, so you can't call them influencers. Influencers are basically people who have a lot of followers and a very high engagement rate, right? So go back and check their engagement rate and stuff. Okay, so I have a lot of friends who are into different kinds of verticals. So there's a friend of mine who's just hang on, who's a Delhi based influencer, and they cover and talk about food. Just hang on, I'll show you. See, here you go. Right, so you can see 60,000 followers, and these guys, they just talk about food and they review. And now restaurants call them up for reviewing, and of course they're paid for it, and they review it and they share things about the city and stuff like that. Okay, then similarly, I have a friend who's uh, who's a travel influencer, right? And they cover travel topics, and they go to a lot of places and cover travel. If you see, and now they do quite phenomenal work as well. The pictures and all are pretty good, if you see, right? And they do promotions as well. See, so this is a promotion for Honor Mobiles, which they're doing. All of us want to find a purpose in life and be successful. But sometimes, if you change your definition of success, your purpose might find. So mobile phone brands, they sponsor such travel bloggers, and they move across the country and cover pictures, places in pictures, and mention the mobile phone brand and stuff like this, right? See, and stuff like this. So brands also pay them, and it makes sense. I mean, the kind of followers these guys have, they're so genuine, they're so good, they're so honest that these things work well, and it's great for the brand as well. It's a mutually beneficial relationship, right? These are like, and a couple of bloggers, working together. So you can see that same influencer I was showing you. So they're all working together. So don't worry, we'll come to influencers in detail in a bit. But yes, like I said, it's always a beneficial avenue. Okay, so why Instagram, right? So like I said, Instagram is now more popular than Twitter. Can you believe it? Twitter in itself used to be such a big social media channel. It still is. Don't underestimate Twitter, guys. It's a very important social media channel. But Instagram has is more active. Even in India, I would agree that Instagram has a lot of followers, and it's a super active social media channel. Even the mature audience is slowly moving towards it. I mean, my mom follows all the Bollywood celebrities, and she's just always have on a lookout for what these guys are up to and what they want to do and stuff like that. Okay, then uh, like I was telling you, that Facebook is more about laid back and a little bit of jazzy content and evoking emotions. And now people, also on Facebook, sometimes they try to avoid ads and steer away from them because they're tired with all the ads they've been seeing and stuff like that. Whereas on Instagram, people, when they see a product, they really get excited, and they tag their friends, and they really feel good about the product or the ad, because it's a photo video centric platform, right? And the visually rich content which is put across is actually very interesting for people, for them, and then it creates some excitement, and they love it. So that's just a general, I would say, thought or feeling. And would you agree with it? I mean, would you personally agree that Facebook, you're scrolling, and I think it's a little boring now, and you just scroll past. Whereas Instagram, you're looking at each picture with a lot of interest, and if there's some product or something with a good photo that interests you, you might get hooked to it, right? So yes, that's true, and we can't generalize everyone with this, but majority of it is like that. I mean, I look at a lot of products on Instagram because the photos and people who are sporting, they really bring it out, right? Yeah, exactly. You're right, Rakesh. Good. Whereas Facebook, the ad looks a little more, like polarized, and it looks a little more forced. So, but doesn't mean that it doesn't work. Okay, so let's not even, let's not take it in the wrong light. Doesn't mean that it does not work. But yeah, it looks a little polarized and a little forced. So, people generally avoid it. So it's like that. And like I was telling you in the beginning, that people definitely use it for product research. I mean, amongst all the social media channels, right? Um, Instagram is the one which people use a lot to research products and see what brands are up to. Because on Instagram you can go and see real pictures, people sporting or wearing the product. If it's a cloth or a fashion or something, people tagging their friends, sharing comments on it and stuff. So it all is there. Okay, and it's very raw, honest, very genuine. The photos are real. So we'll look at a lot of these things later. Okay, don't worry. But yes, goes without saying that the audience does definitely research about products on social media, and Instagram is one where they definitely look and check, how it looks, how it feels like, and what people do, right? So when we talk about Instagram for marketing, I mean, yes, it's a platform where we put pictures, videos, we can add hashtags, share it with our friends and network, and the photos and videos have to be very rich and very appealing, and people, when they see it, it should create some impact, right? So there's a lot of avenue to be covered as a brand and business, and hence definitely it also helps in marketing. Okay, and and especially products, guys, like tangible products. When you talk about tangible products, there are so many things like reviews, like how the real actual product looks like, how it would look when someone is wearing them or using them, genuine and honest experiences. So this platform makes all these things come together pretty well, and that's why people have really adopted to it. Okay, so when we talk about marketing on Instagram, it's about creating good content so that people keep on coming back to your channels, and they are hungry for your content, right? So it is about building up a community. When we say a community, it means a community of loyalists, people who could be our prospective customers, but they really love our content, and they come back every now and again, to consume that content, right? And then the next time when there's something to sell or something to market, they become our audience. So the bigger the community we have, that's better, right? Since the reach is quite high, it's more like a public centric platform because you can use hashtags and people can search content. So building brand awareness is also like key to Instagram. And we can also tag our friends, mention them, ask people questions, motivate people to, talk about things and drive engagement. So that also makes it very important for marketing. Um, Another very important thing is you can easily reach out to people like potential customers. I mean, if all of you are my potential customers, I can send you a message, private message on Instagram, and tell you that I'm selling this, and maybe I would give it to one of you for free if you guys do this. Or maybe I can do something like, I message you that you guys are like very apt for my product, so if you are interested in buying, I'll give you a discount and stuff like that. So you can really reach out to the right audience with ease and promote your products. And of course, since you're doing all of this, so people would really stick to the brand and be loyal to it. And you know how people are with Adidas and Nike, right? People are very brand loyal. So similarly, the same thing goes here, and people stick to that, and they build loyalty amongst customers. Okay, so it's a great platform. I mean, one thing which really is very interesting here is, like Facebook and Twitter, they share a lot of news and what is happening in the world, and people's opinion of the news, right? Would you agree with me? Unlike platforms which share what your friends are sharing, they have now become platforms for news sharing, which has personally for me been a downer. I don't know about you guys, but personally for me, I mean, it's become a little bit of monotonous. And when we talk about a platform like Instagram, people are not sharing news and stuff there. Okay, it's your friends and family and network sharing their pictures and videos, and then it's brands and celebrities whom you follow sharing their updates, and that's it. So no news, no Rahul Gandhi and Modi nonsense, no nothing. So the place is very pious and very rich in terms of content. So that really also helps create a lot of impact and cuts the nonsense. Would you agree with me or not? I mean, does it make sense? I personally feel tired of the Facebook and Twitter feed at times because it's all just opinions and politics and news and this and that and whatnot. In fact, you know what? I'll give you an insider news. I have heard a khusfus that Facebook is going to remove trending topics from the right hand side in a day or two. It's going to remove that. So it's going to curb a lot of news which is being shared, and it's going to remove that. Let's see whether that happens or not. But quite interesting, it's been in chatter in the circles, and let's see. Okay. So as always, folks, we first talk about a social media channel from a user's perspective, and then we'll move on towards a brand. So talking about optimizing your Instagram profile. Optimizing means improving, making something better so that it gives you returns, right? So if you're a business, right, you can switch to a business profile, and if you're a user, you really don't need to map how many people are coming and stuff, and you just want to share pictures and have fun, then you can have a normal one. But if you're a business, you can switch to a business profile. It comes under settings, and once you do that, then you get access to insights and stuff like that. See, so have a nice handle, a catchy handle, right? Have a nice bio. Bio means the description under the name, and put a good picture and a link, right? Because on Instagram you cannot share links like that. You can't put links in photos and videos and share it across like that. So hence you have to mention only one link which comes under the bio. So make sure that you use it right, and you put that link there under it. Okay, so these are like hygienic things which makes your profile optimized. And like it says here, it tells people why they should follow you and what are you selling and how it can help them. So it really will make sense to them in the first go, and then if they like it, they might follow you back. So stuff like that. Okay. So this link here in the bio is very important because links don't work in the Instagram post captions. When you put photos, you can't put links; they're not clickable, right? So this one link which you get to put here is very important. So generally, you know what people do? They put a photo of something and they say link in bio. So that if you want to click, you can click in the bio and you can go there, right? See, update the bio link whenever required. So this is actually an example of that. So this guy's put up a post and then said link in bio. You can go and click the bio and you can check it, right? Okay. So, come first, let's look at handles. Can you all see my screen? Is my screen visible? Okay. So, like I said, have a nice description. Okay. Put a website URL so that when people click on it, they can go to the website, right? Always update pictures, with hashtags and captions. I mean, hashtags are very important. They are one of the most important things, right? Have a neat, clean profile. Have it in a very neat, systematic manner. You can have a mix of content, right? Have a display picture which really speaks sense. Okay. Now let me show you one brand which I really love, and their Instagram work is phenomenal, and that's Fruity. Come, let's have a look, right? See. Yeah, I can, Medha. Thanks for asking. See, so whenever there's an Instagram profile, you put pictures on that. Do you agree with me? You can put pictures and videos in your feed. Yes. But the pictures and videos which you put in your feed, you cannot put links in them. Instagram doesn't allow putting links in them. I mean, if this is a video, they can't put a link here for someone to click. It's not like Facebook. Okay. So everyone gets to put only one link which is here on the top. This thing is called your bio, this thing is called the bio, basically your description of profile, right? And you only get to put one link in the entire profile, which is here. So if you have a link to promote, you'll have to put it in the bio. So what people do is they post something on Instagram and then they say link in bio. So if you really want to click and know more about it, you can go to the bio and click it and open that link. So that is what means link in, what I mean by link in bio. Do you get me now? It's the link here on the top in the profile description. It's up to you if you want to. I mean, it's totally up to you. Many people change it. Many people keep on changing it always. So it's totally up to you. So, like, let's say Fruity came out with a new video. So now they'll put the link in bio. Tomorrow they come up with a new campaign. They'll put up the link there. Yes, I will. Don't worry. That's okay. Just hang on. Give me a second. Okay. So on our Instagram profile, there are two things. One, the header with bio. It is the bio is the description of the profile, the about you section. Okay. And on the bottom, we have posts. Posts which we do, which our friends can see, right? Pictures, videos, photos. So whenever they go to their news feed, they can see them. Alvin, are you with me up till here? There are two sections of an Instagram profile. One is the header with the bio, the text where you give the description of yourself, and second is the place where you put on posts. When you put on posts on your profile, you post it, your friends and followers can see them, but you can't put links in it. Instagram does not allow you putting links. Ideally, I could have put a post with a picture of my product and a link, and people could click on it and go to my website and buy it, but Instagram doesn't allow you putting links because then people will start spamming and stuff. Okay, so it doesn't allow putting links here. So everyone gets only one place to put one link, which is the bio. So whenever someone, let's say, puts a product post or a new video or something like that, they always say that the entire thing can be seen or you can buy the product on our website. The link is in the bio, so they keep on updating it. So if a brand comes out with a new video, they might put a link to that. If a business comes out with a new campaign and you can go and buy the stuff somewhere, so they'll change the link with that. So the bio, so people keep on changing the bio link at times as per the requirement. Many people keep it similar, keep it to their website link. So Alvin, do you get it now, what I'm trying to say? Yeah, is it clear now? So there's only one link which comes in the header on the top, and people keep on changing them it as per their convenience. Okay. Yeah, Medha, you also got it. I hope so. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Great. That's nice to know. So see, this is Fruity's handle, and it's pretty interesting. Their content is quite fun, quite good content. See, how to juice a mango, part two. That was quite funny, by the way. So stuff like that, or that's quite funny, right? I don't know why they would make something like this. And the way they use product, guys. I mean, the way they use Fruity and Mango to make art. Look at this. How cool would you call this? It's like a diya, right? Check this out. A lot of cool stuff, right? Like, see, blimp or hot air balloon, anything goes in the Fruity life. So they have like a positioning. They have a central positioning called the Fruity life, and then they show experiences around the Fruity life, right? They show a lot of experiences and stuff. And look at all these visually rich images. They're so cool, right? And they make such things. They even sometimes leverage topical stuff, like this, right? A small step for mango, a giant leap in the Fruity life. Well, Varun, they have a good design team. These are all photo shoots and then manipulated in Photoshop and all. So these are all product shoots and then they manipulate it with design. So they have a like proper agency who makes this kind of stuff for them, right? I'm just showing you. Look at the visually rich content which they do. Such a nice tabletop shot. See, this is a photo. This is a photograph. Yeah. So stuff like that. So brands, businesses, they always try and leverage these different kinds of things, and they try to create experiences and the richness. They bring out that visual beauty through Instagram, because photos and videos are like a huge vertical here, and that can be brought out quite easily. Here also in the link, the bio, they've given a link to some video, right? Some brand video or something, which they want you to go and see. So they've so it's a TVC with Shah Rukh Khan. See, so you can go and see that. So it's first they bring them a set. Today on sets has been even quirkier and weirder than before. We've done some brand businesses do stuff like that. Let's also look at Zomato. Okay, so we looked at a brand. Now we look at a something different. Right. So it's an app which helps you order food and stuff. So see, they're very big on pictures, obviously. I mean, if you're an app, right, and people can order food. So if you just keep on sharing pictures of your app, that wouldn't make sense, right? It's boring. It's not appealing. But such appetizing pictures really add an impact. And they really are visually rich, and the kind of content they put, it's very smart. I mean, come on, let's look at one of them, right? Uh, Creamed haddock waffles to bring in the weekend, right? So again, they've mixed it to the weekend, and they've used a picture, and the kind of hashtags they've used are also very popular ones, like good hashtags which give them a lot of leverage. People can tag their friends and do whatnot. And then again, they also do quirky stuff every once in a while. Yeah, first Jan, eat healthy, exercise more. 10th Jan, eat more, right? So people break promises. And then when you create some content like this, it's obvious that people will tag their friends who with whom they can relate, right? Yeah, definitely. I mean, okay, so honestly, very honestly, tell me something. Would you say that the pictures they use are phenomenal? Like really good? Yes or no? Tell me. Yeah. So that in itself creates a lot of impact. That really brings out a lot of impact, and it moves people. Money can buy you happiness. See, that's so amazing. See, good, rich content backed by great visuals. It works pretty well, right? So the learning here is that the investment into the content bit has to be quite good, quite great. They have like great photographs. Look at this. I'm sorry to do this to you on a weekend, but Can't help it. Yeah, they do. See, our favorite view. That's it. No nonsense approach. They could have also said that go to Cafe Lotas and enjoy a delicious burger this weekend, get a 5% discount, but they did not do it because Instagram is about brand building, building awareness, you know, creating excitement. Do you guys know about this one? This came out. They did this post when the iPhone 10 had come out. It's joke. It's a parody on iPhone 10, right? So even parody also works at times because it catches the attention of people. Pizza box. Our vision has always been to create a pizza that is entirely cheese, one so immersed in blah 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 whatever. Say hello. So they're leveraging iPhone 10 launch and buzz, and they're promoting their business because they can deliver pizzas. So it's a very subtle and smart way, right? So each business has its own way of doing it, and some of them do it pretty well, right? So the learning here is that the pictures have to be top notch, they have to be phenomenal, and but you have to link it to your brand and business also in a very subtle way. It cannot be that you just put nice pictures and there is no linkage to your own business, right? It has to make some sense. Here they're leveraging good pictures to make people, like to appeal to people, and very subtly they are telling them that if you want to order food you can go to Zomato. It's a great brand building exercise, right? It has to be that subtle, it has to be that smart. Okay, cool. So that's an Ed Sheeran song. I'm in love with the shape of you, but I'm in love with the shape of pizza, right? And then people love engaging with such content. Well, I know in the first look it looks as if why would someone, but people just love tagging friends and engaging. You won't believe the Instagram influencers I was talking about, my friends who are covering food and stuff for Delhi. Even their posts get a lot of engagement, and see the kind of hashtags they're using, right? uh Delicious and spicy masala pav, right? See, your one and favorite, I want to go here, yes, always, yes, stuff like that. So uh people just love tagging their friends, people just love sharing stuff with each other, mentioning each other, talking about stuff, right? So that's a great leverage. Anyway, let's come back. So uh okay, so if you had an Instagram handle, what would be the categories of content you would post to your page? Can you list some of them? I mean, you can think from your business perspective or from your own personal one. That's fine. But I just want to see you guys be a little creative here. So, what could be the categories of content you would put? Creative. Anyone? Food, I think, would be something which all of us would post about. For one, I feel so. I mean, who's that person who does not like food? I haven't seen one ever. Fashion, okay. What about travel? Yes or no? Sports. Okay. Yeah. What about um you know when we create content, we should always have different content pillars in mind. You know why? Because see, creating the same kind of repetitive content at times becomes too monotonous. Right? Movies is a good idea, fitness is a great idea. Um So it always depends on what your objective is. Let's say I'm a fitness blogger. Okay, hypothetically, let's say I'm a fitness guy. So one pillar could be diet food, one pillar could be exercises, one could be fitness fashion, one could be let's say fitness tips where I'm doing videos and giving tips. Am I making sense to you guys or not? Are you guys getting me or not? Yeah. So each business or vertical can have different content pillars. I mean, you guys will have to understand that the kind of content which one does cannot be monotonous. Okay, let me show you. So, well, I can, but it depends on the business. So let's see. So for example, VB Social, right? So for us, Instagram has only one purpose: to show what goes behind the company. Like life and times of VB Social, the work culture. That's it. That is the only objective which we have. So if we've ordered a good book, we share a picture of that. Our colleagues making fun stuff, sharing good ad campaigns, or just a normal day at work, sharing funny things. Okay, so jokes for us is also a pillar. And desk jobs. So if we are on the go, traveling for work, right? So sharing pictures about that when we are traveling for work, you know how, then uh, getting food in office, donuts, covering events on social media, quotes, having someone's birthday, doing photo shoots, doing some innovation. Here we're building a game, we're building a driving game. Here we've built a mind wave sensor game, like I was telling you when we were doing LinkedIn. So, experiences from that, right? So, all behind the scenes. Then sometimes group pictures, then shoots. We do a lot of shoots. So, photo shoots and stuff, which we do. Um, Again, events, product shoots, then uh, quotes, stuff like that, stationery, fun art, topicals, gyan, again traveling for work, events. So as you can see, there are different pillars, even a team lunch at times, there are different pillars, there are different things which we do. So going on a trip together, this is a very old one, right? Going on a trip together and stuff like that. So as a company, as an organization, as a creative agency, we can share a lot of things, from pictures and quotes and videos and work, case studies, even messages like this, Happy New Year and stuff, so stuff like this. So you can think of your own business and objective first, and then see all those different things one can do. Right. So Stuti, you have to keep that main objective in mind, and then there are so many pillars you can do. Right. Um, so I was just experimenting with the Instagram, and I wanted to just see, that to create some fitness content. So I was just experimenting with it. I don't get the time to do it anymore, so I can't. So I was trying to build a fitness specific handle, but now I just don't get the time to post or do anything, right? So I've just dropped the idea. So, but when I was doing it, so I created a handle which was fitness specific. So product reviews, exercises, again product reviews, then transformation pictures, stuff like that. So if you're working out, so transformation pictures, um, um, quotations, again lifestyle, stuff happening, or if you've ordered something, so a diet. So you can think of a lot of stuff, you can think of a lot of things, exercises, traveling, again product reviews, information. Again, these days there's a hashtag which is very popular called transformation Tuesdays, so you can share pictures of that, stuff like that. So I was also trying to, play with a lot of it and do stuff, right? That's me only, by the way, okay? That's one of my handles. So I was experimenting with content on Instagram. So if you can see Stuti, I tried with a lot of stuff. I also tried sharing, these kind of graphics on exercises, but didn't really work for me. So like I always tell you guys, content is always about experimenting. So stuff like this really didn't work for me. It didn't. Okay. What worked for me was, exercises, my own pictures, real photos, injuries. I've even had injuries while exercising. Right. Uh, so this was a very bad one. Can you see the swelling here? It was quite a terrible time for me, right? Um, uh, so I even tried humor, because me being a funny person, I tried, content like this, but it didn't work. If you have a fitness handle, people will not like humor. So that's something I understood, right? But what really worked for me was pictures like these, which people would really, which would bring out the awe factor. I mean, I don't know if it's if it's that interesting or not. It's not to me though, but people really loved such content. See the kind of engagement I have on this, right? So I have a question, please. I can do all of these things on Facebook as well. On Twitter, Instagram seems to be a bridge between the two. Is there any specific audience kind of marketing on Instagram addresses? No, actually, you cannot do all of this on Facebook because one, Facebook has a strong algorithm and the reach is limited. Second, this is a visually backed platform, right? If you go to Facebook, your content is competing with a lot of nonsense content. I mean, if you go to my news feed, all you see is pictures and videos from friends and family and influencers and stuff like that. See, follow a lot of people and I see content from them, right? And since I follow a lot of fitness centered content, so I'll see a lot of content from them as well. But if I go to Facebook, I'll just see, pictures and random stuff and ads like these and quotes like these, and people ranting. Everybody loves ranting, right? Ranting. Politics, the favorite thing. Ads. I follow fitness influencers on Facebook as well, Punita. Do you know? But I hardly see any of them here. See. None of them here. See? So actually you cannot. Okay. So Instagram is very rich in terms of photos and videos, and the kind of impact it creates is immense and powerful. And I really want you to understand. Okay. The audience is younger, the audience is intellectual. Yes, it is. And the content is very rich. Okay. It is very different from Facebook. I mean, just look at the UI. I mean, people putting pictures of themselves in the metro, someone just traveling somewhere, lot of nonsense. Someone putting a selfie, someone just sharing some meme, someone putting a video, again someone ranting. Right? People rant a lot. Someone just putting that they're watching the wedding. So it gets lost, right? Hey, I just showed by experimenting with content. I think you must have missed on that part. That's okay. So, okay, wait. Guys, do you remember like a while back I just showed you that I experiment with a lot of content. Some worked and some didn't. So I tried humor, that didn't work. I tried sharing pictures of exercises, that didn't work. What worked was real picture and asking people questions. Right? If you ask people questions, they would always engage. And putting pictures that really, add impact. See, I again put a meme, no, there's no engagement. See? When a cheat day turns into a cheat week and into a month, there's no engagement, there's no comment, only a few likes, right? But if I would put, let's say, a picture like this, right, where it's my photo, right, it's my picture, right, so I'll get a lot of engagement there. So in order to ensure reach, just make sure that the content is really rich and will really invoke some emotion in people. And if it's good, Instagram itself will show it in the feed and people will see, right? Yes, definitely. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Don't you think so? Now, this is a video of me trying a new exercise, which I just, thought would be a good one to do, right? Having a different weight balls and just trying to do something with it. And it also got some good engagement, has around 9 comments, right? As opposed to something which I just put, like a photo of something which is not even very visually rich or appealing, right? So, yeah, it definitely works. You're right there. When I put something like this, it has no engagement. See, just a couple of likes. Well, it's been taken from the internet, and people don't want to see stuff like that. This is not Google Images, right? But when I create a visually impactful picture, or if I create something which really adds value to the lives of people, then they would definitely engage with it. Let's say, for example, this. It's a video of me exercising, right? So then people would come, like, they would comment on it and stuff like that. So that would be there. So yes, content is the king, and you have to experiment with a lot of content. See, so talking about shoes, talking about food, talking about exercises, talking about um, pictures, sharing transformation, whatever, like stuff like that. Yeah. So that's that. Even so, Soumya, who's my partner, she's also experimenting. So I'm experimenting with fitness, and although I'm not getting any time. So whatever followers and engagement I've got in like 2 or 3 months. That's it, and then I've stopped doing it. I don't get the time. She's also these days experimenting with travel as a content bucket, right? So if you see, some content works a lot, some doesn't work, right? Just the static pictures like that, sometimes I don't get a lot of engagement, but something which is interesting might get some engagement, stuff like that. So you really have to experiment with content and subtly integrate. Oh, s- wow, nice to see myself on this handle. I had no clue. I have a picture, she has a picture of me here, which is nice, right? So so content like that uh also works where you have a real visual, real imagery, real picture and stuff like that. So you really have to experiment with it. Okay. It's always about thinking what the end user will feel as an emotion and what will come out of it. And that's really what adds value. I mean, what do majority of influencers do? Do you follow any influencers, Punita? Do you follow any influencer? No? Yes? No, you don't. Okay, hence you're not able to understand. What I would suggest is follow a couple of influencers, you'll get an idea. So, for example, this guy who is coming here, right? This guy is Shushmita Sen's personal trainer. This guy trains Shushmita Sen, right? If you follow his handle, right, he puts up some very cool exercises and stuff like that, like you would really love to see this guy exercising. He puts up a lot of cool exercises and stuff and whatnot where this guy is at, and I'm always waiting that what this guy will do next, because the kind of exercises he does are mind blowing, right? It's pretty good. See, he's Shushmita Sen's trainer, right? And the kind of exercise he does is very interesting. So I'm always like waiting what is the next picture or video this guy will do. So that is the kind of emotion you need to invoke. That is the kind of feeling that needs to come out. That people, they wait for your next content. They are waiting, and this guy does such crazy exercises. You guys have no idea. This guy's like Desi Spider-Man. Crazy stuff. So pretty cool, right? So hence, when you follow an influencer, you get an idea that they create lot of rich, visually impactful images, which makes sense to the people who follow them, and very subtly also at times they integrate brands and cross promote. A lot of fashion influencers do it. A lot of brands also do it. Let me try to show you a brand. I'm forgetting the name. Yeah, I remember now. There's a brand called Daniel Wellington. I don't know if you've heard. Have you heard about Daniel Wellington, Punita? Have you heard about it? Do you know this brand, Daniel Wellington? Yeah. And Punita, if you go and see the content, you will be mesmerized. Punita, uh, um, they don't market the product, they market the experience. I mean, so amazing. Every picture they do is a phenomenal, of wonderful photograph, but they don't talk about the product. They just show the product. It can be like a cute doggy, and but you'll always have the product in it somewhere. Okay, you'll always have the product in it. But since they understand that Instagram is about photos, right? Since they understand that Instagram is about photos, so they create photos. But guys, can all of you see that the product is also the hero everywhere? Yeah, can you see it? The product is hero. Yeah, but then it's not a lame cheesy ad as well. It's not like that. The content is not gimmicky, is it? It's something which can really, be impactful. And not always the watch has to be like the highlight of the content. Not always, right? See, how cool. They're not saying the watch brings color, they're saying flowers bring color, right? Very cool. It's a great brand. And you know what? I think you guys missed on one thing. All these photos are not shot by the brand. They give out watches to influencers. They shoot and put pictures, and they post it back on their pages. So congratulations to whatever on being our DW pick of the day. Make sure that you tag your photos for a chance to get featured, right? So people now, they love being featured on this, on their page. So they've created that aspiration, right? And what is happening, all these people, see, every post I'll show you, they've tagged someone, because they just share photos of real people who sport their product. And what a better way to advertise. I mean, it's the best way, people only putting pictures while using the product. And if we all follow this guy, we might then understand that, okay, okay, he has around 94,000 followers, right? Yeah, it's a great strategy. I mean, every brand, every business has their own strategy. They think of these things, and you really have to be very smart. What a amazing photo, such an amazing picture. Yes, correct. And then it's on, and the content creators are people here, right? The brand is not doing this photo shoot. Just be careful. These people who are wearing the watch are doing the photo shoot. उनको क्या है यार? They'll create, they'll use a watch and give it out to people, and make them share content. We are doing it for one of our clients. They are leather shoe manufacturers, and we've given leather shoes to around 30 influencers, and and we've asked them to give us at least 10 posts each. So we'll have 300 posts, which will help us for the entire year. and all of them have to be different, unique, and they have to be, interesting, and we'll keep on sharing them and they'll repost us. So by the end of an year, we are aiming to make, the brand go viral on Instagram, right? So many people do it, and I love the photos these guys put. Like, they are wonderful. Even the watches are quite good, by the way. Like, pretty good. So, everyone has that strategy. Everyone has that strategy, and they try to leverage it. They've even created different kinds of folders for stories. I mean, if you want to look at travel, so, pictures with travel. Well, yes, Alvin, yes. There are two, three models. One is where you pay the influencer to, vouch for your product. One is where you give them a free sample and they create content for you. I mean, it goes both ways, right? I mean, like I said, uh, this is an influencer. She's a mommy blogger, and this post which I was showing you, uh, I don't think so. She would have done this post for a free bag of Ariel. Do you think so? I don't think so. And see, you need to understand the whole concept from scratch, right? Ariel washing detergent is doing a campaign called Stain Ready with Ariel, Stain Ready with Ariel. And she's also leveraging that hashtag to create buzz for Ariel, right? And now, since she's been paid, so no, she's also put that paid partnership with Ariel India. Okay, because people are also not stupid. I mean, uh, um, all of you do realize that it's a paid one, right? Had she not written it, you would have still understood that. Yes or no? Obviously, right? We're not silly people, right? We understand that she's an influencer who's been paid. So like, people do understand that she's been paid, but they don't care. They love seeing her picture like this with the brand. That's it. Yes, it looks a little like selling your soul, but people still love such content. They know it's branded. They know she's been paid. They know that, she has taken money for this post. They know it, but still they just love the pic, right? Uh, Someone saying Bahubali, Ariel Char Hathon Ki Shakti, because people love engaging with it. They love her. They find her as an interesting person on Instagram. She's a mommy. She's fit. She does fitness, right, and stuff like that. So they just love engaging with this lady, and that's pretty much it. See, this is one done with Pringles. How do you know it's a paid one? Because it says paid partnerships with Pringles, and also you can see she's used the hashtag and she's tagged Pringles and whatnot, right? And they're doing some challenge and something, and she's also shared the link, right? But like I told you, this is not clickable. You can't click it. It's not clickable, right? So hence you have to put a link in the bio. What some conditions for getting official account on Insta? What do you mean by official? I don't get you. What do you mean official? What is an official account? You mean like this? That means verified. Okay. So this is not a verified account. इसने बस official लिख लिया अपने नाम से पहले. Okay, so don't fall for all that, right? The blue tick is a verification mark, and for the criteria for that is to cross a certain threshold of followers. I think 50, 60,000 or something like that. And then once you've done that, your engagement also needs to be quite high. I mean, many people, they try to buy fake followers to get the blue tick, but it doesn't work like that. You need to have a lot of followers and a very high engagement rate. I mean, your post should get thousands and thousands of likes. Can you see the likes? 2800, 1400, 3000, 2200, 2700, 5000, 5200. Can you believe it? See, some posts for her also don't work. 512, right? So it's like that. So the criteria, the stakes are quite high, and one really has to, be on top of it. Okay. So what are the posts, some of the content pillars which one can do? Educational, tips, inspirational, motivational, behind the scenes, product demos. I've already shown you a lot of them, haven't I today? Yeah. Culture focused, fun, light-hearted. User generated content is what Daniel Wellington was. Okay, guys, are you all clear? The watch example which I showed was user generated content, where they had given out the watches to people and they'd taken photos and now they were featuring it on their page. right? And customer stories, of course, testimonials and videos and stuff like that. Okay, so Instagram is a very visual platform. We've already discussed that. If Facebook visuals are candid and casual, Instagram is the opposite, right? So it's very impactful. It's not that laid back. It's not that candid. It's very to the. It's very visually impactful. Very rich in content. People love sharing content, right? So as a user, when you put pictures, you get a lot of filters to use and edit your photos. Called Instagram filters. So you can put them and use them, right? But whatever you do, always remember to post high quality product images. I think I've already shown you the examples of Fruity and influencers and the kind of photos they put. Even Zomato had some great pictures. I mean, you have to agree with that. Okay, and like this says, focus on what your brand stands for. So if Nike is about fitness and athletic, so they'll share content in that space, right? If Cafe Coffee Day is about food and coffee, so they'll stay in that space. Spend this weekend with a little indulgence, shared by Srivatsan 987. So when you share as a brand, when you share content shared by your customers, it makes them feel valued. Would you agree or not? I mean, it would really make them feel valued, and they would love being featured. And they then others also see that okay, people get featured on the brand page, and they tag their friends and whatnot. So it really creates that hype and buzz and that brand building, right? So it's very important to interact with people. I mean, as a social media channel, you just can't create content and push it. Doesn't work like that. Then you will become like a newspaper, just pushing content. You have to be smart. You have to be engaging, and you really need to motivate people to create content as well. Like you can see it here, no? I mean, they've motivated people enough to create content and make them feel excited. Someone saying yummy, people are tagging their friends. They've also featured the guy who's originally posted it. So all these things, these efforts, in the longer run, they create a lot of impact. People really love associating with the brand, and it really brings out the essence pretty well. Okay, so Punita, are you able to understand how Instagram is different from Facebook? I hope little bit you're able to get. Good, good. That is what the purpose was. So see another example. Yeah, more visual, more impactful. Okay, remember more impactful. So Taj Hotel did a video, right, and they talk about beaches, and they have a beachside property, and then again they've reposted something shared by someone, right? And people love sharing their the love back. I love this place, awesome click, spectacular, and whatnot. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. So when I say content pillars, super rich photos and very exciting photos is one. UGC, user generated content, where people are sharing back the you are sharing back the content shared by people, is another can be content which people can relate to, like this, like the Zomato ones. New Year resolutions, expectations, and reality. Like you decide you'll eat salad and you'll eat healthy, but in reality you're eating a lot of unhealthy food and stuff like that, and people do associate to it. And the moment when people see something like this, the first thing they do is they tag their friend. Okay, I don't know why, but people love tagging their friends when they see something nice. Have you guys heard of 9gag? 9gag is a website and an app where you can read a lot of funny stuff. So they share memes, right? They do fun stuff. The moment you see a fun meme, you'll see people tag their friends like anything. I mean, they just love tagging their friends, like they just want, the moment they see something nice, they just want to tag as many friends as they can, and share it with them. And that's a general human sentiment. That's a general human tendency to tag friends and share it with them and show it to them and stuff like that. So brands also leverage it to the fullest. Businesses, they create that content, people just keep on tagging people every now and then. Okay, so that's that. So coming back to this, content that can users can relate to. So again, like intellectual content, which I was calling people, where you have to make them think a bit. When the plan is made, 10 days to the trip, 5 days to the trip, on the trip. So this is something which they can really relate to, and all of us, we've been stood up by our friends. I mean, all of us have been. And eventually, at the end, when you have to go to a trip, then there's no one there. So all of them get busy, right? And since people can relate to it, I mean, Ixigo is a platform which talks about travel. They sell travel packages, but here they're not selling any package. It's not about directly selling stuff. I mean, for that you can always run an ad, invest in an ad, and sell stuff. But here it's about building that advocacy, building that content richness and exciting people, and they've done that in a very nice way, and people can relate to it, and they're tagging their friends. So engagement is immense on Instagram. It's immense. It doesn't get lost, right? And like I was telling, influencers and bloggers, you can get in touch with people who have a lot of followers, give them products, they can shoot it, share pictures, they can follow it back, they can engage with you, right? And stuff. And of course, it goes without saying, visually appealing images. They should have been the first slide, because this is a platform which runs on photos and videos. There's no other thing. No article links, no clicks, no text, just photos and videos. So it has to be very impactful, very visually rich, so that it really motivates people and creates some impact. The best part of your day, coffee break, and see how nicely they've designed the coffee cup with the the thing, and the pattern looks pretty nice. And just it, if you look at it rationally, you'll think, why would people like such a post? But see the engagement they're getting, because people love sharing such content with each other. They love tagging their friends. They love engaging with brands, and it really works out, right? Many brands these days are also trying the grid layout. So they put three pictures in one go, so that when someone comes to the profile, it looks like a grid, right? And yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. I mean, if have you seen brands like Zara? Let's see if you. I don't know if Zara is doing it or not, but fashion brands generally do it, right? Uh, they were doing it a while back, but I think it's been a while since they haven't. But these guys also used to make grids and all, and put it. Let's look at H&M. I really love H&M's content. It's very visually rich, amazing photographs, amazing pictures, and the kind of stuff they put. Right. See, this is again one style of putting pictures. Can you see? So this handle, they put two related pictures on the corner and then one caption in the mid, right? See. So they'll have two related pictures on the left and right, and in the center they'll have a. This one's very cool, right? In the center. So that's again a style of playing with the grid of Instagram, right? See. Okay, so hence the grid layout is also like it's a nice way of making your handle come out and look visually appealing, right? So talking about engagement, motivating people to give answers and stuff, asking them questions like we do it on Facebook. It works wonders on Instagram as well. Trust me. If you create puzzles, if you create questions, if you ask people such questions, they would love to engage. And once they're engaging with you, you can easily, engage back with them and do a lot of stuff. Okay, you can ask them questions, ask them puzzles, do contests, give them some offer and stuff like that, and involve them. And the more you engage with people, the better. Always on social media. It's not like, never think of it like a magazine or a newspaper where you're just creating content for visibility. No, social media lets you engage with people, so try to leverage that to the fullest as well, and see how brands are also doing it in a nice way. So we also do such puzzles and quizzes for a lot of our clients, uh, finding out words, identifying queries, right? And lastly, UGC, where people themselves create content. So someone shares a picture of your product or brand, you should always be on the lookout for that, and you can always repost it. Okay. So as a social media manager or a business owner or a brand manager, you have to be very very careful. You need to be on all social channels and see what people are talking about you. And if someone is sharing the love, you can always share it back, right? So stuff like that. So this kind of content which people create and you can share back is known as UGC, user generated content, right? And you can tag and mention the people and do a like nice thank you kind of a post and say thanks for showing here we are featuring you, right? Okay. So like I said, contests are again great ways of engaging with people by offering an incentive, because when you offer an incentive, people really take go the extra mile and they do stuff. Okay. Um, Wait, let me show you something. I don't know. It's been such a long time that I'll find this or not. Ah, it's lost. On Ganesh Chaturthi, last one, we had done a contest with our milk brand where we had asked people to tag someone who's as naughty and nutcut as Ganesh Ji, and uh, uh, it was a topical leveraged for the milk brand, and many people, people across all religion also participated. That was great. It's been a while, so it's got lost in translation, but people shared pictures of their kids, people shared pictures of their cousins and stuff like that, so that worked pretty well. Right, there's another case study of Cafe Coffee Day where they've really leveraged the grid layout, and motivated people to ask questions, right? So it's always good. I mean, if you ask them a question or make them do something, they, they love engaging. Let's see if we can find some contest and see as well. There's so many contests happening at one given time that at times it just gets lost in translation. Vigre the Wedding is also doing a contest. How cool is that? Right. See, some brand is doing a photo contest. Right. Some handle is also doing a follow contest, like follow us and win prizes. Okay. Even Kingfisher is doing a contest. Catch the dish. So they've asked you to. So they're running a puzzle, and you catch the dish like this and pause it and take a screenshot and repost it, right? Stuff like that. So, and participate in the contest. These are all engagement baits, guys. These are just baits they create to engage with people. And the other thing is giveaways. A lot of fashion brands, jewelry brands, cosmetic brands, they do a giveaway, right? International giveaway. I have teamed up with my friends to bring you this amazing giveaway. Winner will win everything on this picture. To enter, you have to follow all of these. थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही हो गया ये. They've made it a little too cumbersome. But look at the steps. To enter, follow these. Tag as many friends as you can. For bonus entries, repost. Okay, and giveaway ends on June 3rd. And just people go crazy. They love participating, engaging. People just someone's tagged so many friends. Look, it's crazy, right? And people love engaging because who doesn't love a free gift or something like that? So another contest. Guess what? We are giving two pairs of VIP tickets worth RM is Malaysian currency, right? 550 each. Good vibes festival. Swipe for instructions. So brands, businesses, they always try to engage people with such things as well, and just try to bring out that LBW Super Fan launched before wicket. Contest is closed. Thank you for participation. Winners will be announced soon. Okay, so this was again some contest which was happening on Instagram, and now they've closed it. Can't find the contest though. Never mind. So some best practices for Instagram. Okay, use hashtags to reach to the target audience. So Instagram has a limit of 30 hashtags, right? And you can discover the best hashtags and put in your post. So people also are always in the search for hashtags when they're looking for content. Let's say if today I'm in the mood for pizzas and I want to eat something, so I can go to Instagram and see the different kind of pizzas that are there, and then I can search for the related hashtags and maybe build up some mood. And I'm casually sitting and I'm checking out hashtags, and I want to know a little about social media marketing. I can just search for hashtags and see what people are talking about it. It also helps you do competitor analysis pretty well. I mean, if I look at digital agencies, I can search for all the hashtags and see what all those guys do on Instagram, and I can see and I can understand that okay, this is the place there, and this is the place where I should be. So hashtags are like so good. They've brought the world closer. All the content you want to see regarding something specific, you can just search for the hashtag and find it. So they let you reach a more engaged audience by using specific Instagram hashtags, right? So think of as interesting hashtags as you can. You can use up to 30 hashtags, and you can add more relevant ones as you move forward. But check out what hashtags your competitors are using. Use hashtags that influential people use, right? And consider related hashtags. Browse through posts containing hashtags you're already having. So that's also something which we do. So let me show you an example. Let's pick up the milk brand which we work with, right? So let's say this is a brand, right? Uh, so let's say this is just a picture of uh, uh, milk, and we're asking people what kind of fruit would you want to add. So some hashtags are like topical, summers, milkshake. Then some are Delhi centric, Delhi food, healthy living, and then some are you. So one has to keep on experimenting with a lot of hashtags. Sometimes some work a lot, sometimes some work a little lesser. So it's always like that since they're topical and stuff. But one really has to experiment a lot and see what kind of content works and what doesn't. Right? But make sure that you're always using good hashtags and using the best hashtags you can to leverage it, right? um, Again, milkshakes, we'd see milk, healthy eating, Thursdays, drink milk. These are all research hashtags. And you can always go to the search thing here. So it's all about research. You can research. For example, let's say I'm a food brand. What I can do is I can go to Just Delling because these guys cover food. Okay. Alvin, it's very simple. You just need to understand in what space you are. So if I'm a food brand, I can go to this hashtag Just Delling and see the kind of post they put. Then what I'll do is, Alvin, I'll go to one of the posts which has gotten immense engagement. So out of all of this, I can see this one's got 56 comments. It's pretty good. So I'll go and see whether they've used any hashtags here, right? So there are some hashtags here which these guys have used. So I can pick up some from there. Okay. Similarly, I can go and look at many such hashtags and see what works, what doesn't work, right? So I can also go and see. Yeah, there are tools, but I personally don't prefer using them because you can actually search for hashtags on Instagram with these, right? I mean, see, look at this. Actually, Gitanjali, I don't use such because Instagram lets you find hashtags quite easily. Let's say if I'm looking at food, so I can just write food and see a list of hashtags. Alvin, can you see? So Instagram is only giving me suggestions with the popularity. So I can see foodie is very popular, food photography is very popular, food blogger is very popular, foodstagram is very popular. And Gitanjali, one hack for you. So you can go to the most popular one like food photography, and then it will create a feed of all the posts with that. Then quickly move your mouse over and see which one is the one with a lot of engagement, right? Just quickly go through that. So very quickly when you go like this, so you will see that okay, this one has a lot of engagement, and then you can pick up all these hashtags which this guy has used and pick up some from it, right? Food yummy, food Instagram and stuff like that. So that's a great way of researching hashtags and doing it. That's how we also do it. We always pick up three four different handles, see what kind of stuff they are using, what is popular, and we leverage it, right? I have not used right tag. I'll look into it and I'll see if that is something which is better, but we are doing it manually and we do Instagram professionally. Okay. So so don't think that it doesn't help. It helps. um I hope it doesn't ask me to sign up. That would be a problem. It's just like the manual process only. Okay. Really not a very different thing, right? And that's pretty cool. I mean, you know what? At times, you know what I do? I even go to influencers. Let's say, for example, um, let's pick up a fitness influencer. Okay. So I'll go through their posts and see which one has a lot of engagement. For example, let's say this one has a lot of engagement, and then I just see what kind of hashtags they use. So that's pretty much it. And uh, after like posting a lot of content, you get an idea what kind of hashtags work and what kind of hashtags don't work. So again, it's all about research and finding out and experimenting and seeing what works. Okay. So like it says, use Instagram search function. So talking about the number of posts and frequency. So Instagram is a channel where you can post as frequently as you can. Okay. You don't have to worry about the number of content pillars or the number of posts or anything like that. Only hashtags work. Is there any other tactics to make a post more engaged? Yeah, make it photo rich, use the right hashtags. You can add a location as well. So when you post something, you can add a location. So put a location, and when you post something, maybe you can tag a few friends yourself. Tag a few followers yourself and ask them a question and stuff like that. So that gives it a good initial boost, and it gives it sets the right platform for the content to be more visible. Okay. So but of course, if you do these two three things, you will definitely pick up pretty well. So no, so you don't have to worry about the number of posts and frequencies here. You post as much as you want to, because the more content you create, the more visibility and engagement it gets, and it's pretty good, right? But maintain a uniformity and have a good quality. If guys see, posting 4 photos in a day is great, but if you lose quality, then it doesn't make sense. Yes or no? Would you agree or not? If you only do 2 posts in a day or one in a day, but it's very visually rich, that will be better. Okay. So just have that as a thought, and you can test different times and see. Like personally, for some of my clients, uh, evening is a great time to post on Instagram for some reason. So that works pretty well. So we post stuff in the evenings, and that is one time when we really see a lot of engagement. So that's a personal experience out of all the times which we test. Like I said, contests, giveaways, and promotions, then a further boost. So some of the e-commerce clients which we handle, we've created a cycle of contests, runaways, and giveaways. Sorry, giveaways and contests. For example, for a shoe brand, what we do is we've picked up like every Friday as a giveaway day. right? And we do giveaways every Friday, and by the weekend people engage, and then on Monday we dispatch. So it makes the weekend very exciting for the brand. For a fashion brand, like the one that sells apparels, we do giveaways twice in a month, but we invest in influencers. So you really have to put your budget in that way. Dekho, you have to spend money either on ads or on influencers or on contests or on giveaways. So you need to think of the best mix and how you have to do it. None of my teachers in school taught me how to do it. None of my professors taught me how to do it. I just learned it by doing it. So first we would do a lot of giveaways, and then the brand thought was getting missed, so we reduced that. Then what we did was, at times we would do a lot of influencer posts, and that was working very well. But again, we thought the brand content is getting missed. So now we've created like a nice cycle that uh, uh, 5 6 posts would be brand, and then two would be influencers, and then one could be a giveaway. So for entire 10 days we are sorted like that, and then repeated 3 times in a month, and 30 days are like that gone. So you really need to build a cycle and frequency like it. There's no right or wrong, it depends on how things work for you, right? So one can always reach out to influencers and partner with them and share content. I think today I've shown you a lot of examples for that, right? And influencers also, what is the best part about tying up with influencers? One is that they create, like, they have a lot of followers and they build saliency for you. But the best part is that they are the decision makers. They have to be creative and tell you how they're going to promote your brand. So you don't have to do the ideation and think, because it's their job to make the product look genuine in their content. And they have to be very creative and come up with ideas and stuff like that. So we really grill influencers. We tell them that, okay, that's so silly, your idea. I can just wear the shoe myself and take a photo and post it. What is unique about it? I mean, how does that make you different from me? You're an influencer, so do something crazy, add some value. And then you really give them a toss for their that influence, and then they try to be very extra creative and do stuff. So that's pretty cool, right? Let's look at an influencer campaign by Flipkart. So what Flipkart did, they created a campaign called Never Ending Trending, because since they sell clothes and fashion, and good fashion never ends, right? So ready for the first ever fashion trend, and they did it in the form, and the execution was in the form of an Antakshari, right? So Antakshari Valerie is a kind of a game where people sing songs, and when one song gets over, so the last character, of that song, the lyric, the other one has to sing the song with that. It's something which we do here in India. It's a popular game, right? And if you're ever traveling by train in India, you'll end up playing Antakshari with people. So don't travel by trains. I'm joking. Okay. So it's something very raw to us, very natural to us, and hence Flipkart leveraged that sentiment that, okay, we Indians love playing Antakshari, so let's play it on Instagram and let's do something online. So what they did was they created a contest called Never Ending Trending. So in an Antakshari, it's a relay of songs. Here it was 5 days, and 15 of your favorite fashion icons are creating some content one after the other, and you have to engage with them. So one had to follow Instagram, Flipkart on Instagram, check out the content being put by fashion icons, take screenshots, and keep on posting it every day. And those people who do it throughout all the 5 days, they would win a prize. So it was like that. So one really has to go to Instagram and every day see what the brand is posting and post it back. And people like me who have, like, let's say 1,000, 1,800 followers on Instagram, so all of them will get to see it. If I'm participating, and if I'm doing it for 5 days, then that will really hijack the news feed, and people will engage. So that was a great way of getting visibility by involving people and running a contest. And the idea of gratification, winning a prize, really further boosts the motivation of people, and they do it, right? What has happened to Ranvijay Singh, guys? Is he looking normal to you? Has he gained weight? Oof, something looks different about him, है ना? Anyway, so these again, Ranvijay being a fashion icon. So uh, he's kickstarting the contest, and then he's giving some visual. He's creating some content, inviting people, talking about fashion. Then you have so many influencers, even Karan Wahi, the TV actor. You know, uh, engage and participate and urge people to participate, talk about fashion and whatnot. So people love doing that, and then people participate with the lalach of gratification, and that really that the whole prize and gratification factor adds a lot of motivation to them, and they just flock on to handle and they participate. I remember once, what Amazon did when Amazon came to Instagram, they did something so cool. They did a post which said, first 500 followers will get a 50% off coupon for Amazon. Can you believe how many people would have flocked within 24 hours? Can anyone guess a number? Can any of you guess a number? How many people flocked to their Instagram handle within a few hours? It was around 70, 80,000. Around 70, 80,000. Right? So that was a great idea which they did, right? And it's what I feel is they would, and like when you do something like this, that lakhs of people will come, okay, hypothetically, then it's up to you who gets the prize. Maybe none of them get, right? So I can easily say that thanks, those of you who came first, you've been your coupons have been dispatched. Now you don't know each other, so you can't talk to each other. No, like it's like that. Are you trying to get what I'm saying? I mean, you're all followers who followed my handle. You don't know each other. You're all strangers. Now you won't talk to each other, no? And even if you do, Stuti, how many people can you talk to? 5, 10, 15, 20 max? There are 50, 60,000 people. Which 500 got the prize? You can never find out, right? And that's just such a smart way of gaining followers in a quick go. Businesses try to be extra creative and do stuff like that as well, right? Well, basic, yes, but innovative and smart, definitely. Yeah, definitely, yes, So a lot of different kinds of content styles on Instagram as well. There's boomerang, there's hyperlapse. Okay, so I'll tell you what these are. Okay, boomerang is basically a series of photos that you take and it makes an animation out of it. For example, like this, right? So Instagram app in its internally has this feature where you can click a boomerang. Okay, hyperlapse is that fast speed video, like everything going in super speed. So these are all now inbuilt features of the Instagram app. And when you create Instagram stories and whatnot, you can just shoot all of this and post across. So this kind of content also adds a lot of visual appeal to people. Stuff like this. See. So you guys know what stories are, right? So Instagram has two kinds of content. One is the content which you post in your feed, this thing, the photos, right? One is the content which you put in your feed. And second is the stories, the content which you put here, stuff like this. The stories. Small snippets which vanish after a period of time, the stories. So a lot of brands leverage stories as well. I mean, many brands do it. Um, let's see if we can find something nice. So many brands at times it becomes um, uh, so they're not doing any stories, but they also have done stories in the past. Mangolicious menu. Storage content formats, like I was telling you. CCD's also got like a good Instagram handle, guys. Their Insta is pretty good. Since I hope you guys know that Cafe Coffee Day's target audience is the younger audience, right? Youngsters, people in college, or young working people and stuff like that. So hence Instagram is a very important channel for them. Would you agree or not? Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Only Punita agrees, not others. So hence they invest in such good content. To be very honest, when I was in college we would go to CCD, that's true. When I was working we would go to Starbucks for meetings and all. Now I just don't go anywhere. I'm too lazy. So maybe yes. Although If you guys are in Delhi, okay, do do try this blue turquoise. That there are two three places, right? Um, yeah, I was joking, Punita. Of course, Starbucks is amazing, but if you are ever in Delhi, try this blue turquoise. It's pretty good. They have a very different concept based coffee. They're coffee roasters and they make fun stuff. They're not paying me. This is not a paid promotion. Okay, they haven't paid me, but it's good. I mean, I would love for you guys to try it, right? Anyway, so stories. Yeah, we will look at stories. See, so me polls. Who's excited for tonight's match? So they do polls. Uh, some story on IPL. See, creating stories are like a series. Okay, they go in succession, like one story, another story, another story. Just hence they're called a story because one thing happens after the other. So it's in succession, right? So like this. So brands create a lot of fun stuff to engage with people like that, right? And real life stories as well. Real time experiences behind. Oh my god! Now I really feel like having a coffee. Damn. Shouldn't have done this. Guys, am I making you guys hungry subconsciously? I know it's a weekend, and I really don't want to bring out that hunger pangs in all of us, but damn, that was quite good, right? Oh, I love coffee. I'm a coffee fan. Yeah. So such boomerangs and such stuff, they also are like good content pieces to engage with people. See, like Taco Bell doing a dip in the cheese kind of a thing. Is there anyone who thinks what is the point of doing all this? Is there anyone who thinks that? You can be honest and tell me. Is there anyone who thinks what is the point of doing such stuff, such nonsense stuff? Anyone who thinks what is the point? Okay, good. That means you guys understand that these small everyday tidbits of content which people put makes a user or a brand. It can be you, me, or it can be a brand. It can be anyone popular, and people would love to engage, and watch such things on a daily basis. Yes, so it's very important that you understand. So this is some handle called Benefit Cosmetics. This is some handle called Plated. We will, Varun, in a bit. I want to finish Instagram, so only a few minutes are left, and then we can take a break and move to Snapchat. Is that okay? But guys, are you like learning new things? Am I able to show you a different side of Instagram? I really hope so. And I'm able to show you how Instagram is being leveraged. I have all the examples which I gave. I hope those give you an idea that like it's a very powerful tool, and it's not just about putting pictures of partying. Okay, it's not that. I mean, don't ever get into that notion. You can see how brands also leverage it to the fullest, right? Yeah, so stories I've already told you, these are small pieces of content which go in succession, right? So talking about building a following on Instagram, it has to be very tactical and a very sound plan. Of course, first and foremost is content. Content is the king. Post amazing content. Post consistently. Many people what they do, they post like once in a month, or they'll post like some weeks they'll post a lot, some weeks they'll vanish like me. Don't be like me. Okay. Do contests and giveaways, include hashtags, engage with your niche, and okay, one more thing. Guys, you can't expect people to engage with you if you don't engage with me, even if you're a user or you are a brand. Well, you can't think that you'll just keep on posting pictures and videos and people will just flock to you. You also have to go back and like photos. You have to comment on photos. The people who handle Instagram of our clients, our colleagues in our office, they've been given a task to do 20 comments each day, 40 likes each day, because that's important. If you as a handler are not active and are not engaging with other people, why will people engage with you? Make sense or not? Yes or no? What do you say? You can't be just a source of dispensing information. Instagram is like where you behave like a user. You're a real human being, even if you're a brand or business, right? So you also have to share the love back. You also have to engage with people. You also have to comment on their posts. Only then they will engage with yours. Leverage user generated content, which is asking people to share content and you can share it back, right? And asking people to follow you on other social networks using relevant hashtags, following relevant people. If you follow someone, they are likely to follow you back as well. If you guys are like um of the similar in the similar interest zone, right? And just like Facebook, Instagram also has ads. So it's Instagram does not have any different ads panel. It's the same Facebook ads manager. How many of you remember that when we run Facebook ads, there's an option called placements where we can choose Instagram feed and stories as an option for running ads? Do you guys remember? Yeah. I had listed down steps for running ads. So the first step was finding an objective. Then the second one was choosing a placement, a budget, sorry, and then a placement and stuff. So under placements, you can run Instagram ad. This is a screenshot from that. So this is your edit placements, and here you can choose Instagram feed and stories and run ads. You can even run click ads on Instagram. You can put a link and you can advertise so that people can click on it and go to your landing page. And since it's a very visually backed platform, so good visuals really make the more content more click worthy and more enticing and appealing to people, right? So if it's an offer or if it's some kind of promotion you're doing, you can leverage Instagram stories very easily and run ads and promotional offers and use it to its fullest. Okay. So many brands and businesses do it. I'm sure you guys also experience ads on Instagram. It's like that. So all brands and businesses these days are trying to leverage it to their international traction. So rich visuals and stuff like that. One can also boost Instagram posts. If you have a business profile and all the posts you're doing, you can just go to your post and promote it so that it gets more visibility. And Instagram also provides analytics, but you know what? It's not as detailed as a Facebook analytics or a Twitter one. It'll show you some simple metrics like how many people come to your profile, what is the visibility of your content. So it's these three circles here, right? These three lines here. So you can click on it and you can see it, but analytics will come once you've done a lot of content and you've done engagement, else the numbers won't be that big. So what are the impressions you've been getting? How many profile visits? How many people are viewing your profile? So when we do it for brands, we have to make these reports and put some sense that our visibility is increasing. People who are seeing our content, that's improving. But it gives you some great insights as well, like what is the age group of people who engage with you, from which city and which countries people engage with you, what are the days when people engage with you a lot. So these kinds of metrics really add value, right? Talking about some tools, there's a tool called Schedulegram which helps you schedule content. Remember when I was telling you that there are some tools that help you make your life easier, like Buffer, where you can just put content and add a time period. Okay, audio connection has been lost. That's nice. Acha, can you not hear me? Am I not audible? Can you hear me now? Am I audible now? I just changed my Wi-Fi. Can you hear me now? Yes or no? Very confusing. Someone is saying yes, someone is saying no. Yes? Strange. I just got back from where? I think there was some network issue, but I switched my Wi-Fi. So I have like three Wi-Fis. So I switch in between if something like that happens. Although you know what happens is GoToMeeting always gives a notification that your network is low or you've been disconnected. It didn't give me any notification. That's weird. I just kept on speaking and eventually realized that the Wi-Fi has gone. Yeah, Pranjal, we'll take a break. Okay, so honestly, I find it a little rude because I'm trying to finish something. So politely and respectfully, I would say just give me a minute so that we can finish it, right? So that we can finish one topic and take a break and start the other one. So just bear with me, okay? And in case it's urgent and you have to go, no worries. You can always go back and I'll, repeat the whole thing later on or after the class, or you can see the recording, okay? But let me please finish, okay? Because others here are, because they things have to be in a systematic way, right? I'm not taking requests. I hope you understand. I'm here to teach you guys and show you stuff, and I want to do it in the right way. So please don't mind and let me finish things in a systematic way, right? So thanks a lot and sorry, don't mind, right? Thank you. Great. So talking about what I was telling guys, so the analytics are not very detailed, but they'll give you ideas like, what are the days when people are active, what are the cities, what are the places, what are the age groups. So as a brand or a business, you get an idea, okay, what are the demographics I'm looking at, and then you can create content.
This is exactly similar to how we used to discuss stuff about Facebook and Twitter, like the audience insights which we get, so we can chalk content accordingly, right? So I was telling you there's a tool called Schedulegram where you can post your content and put a time. And I want this post to roll out um, in the 5 minutes. No worries, Punita. It's okay. Don't say sorry. So I was just telling about Instagram Insights. That the kind of analytics Instagram gives you, not very detailed, just how many people saw your content, what are the days people engage with you more, which are the cities from where people engage with you, age group, and all that, but not very detailed. Okay, just simple metrics to help you see how your content is doing and gather audience insights. And then there are some tools like Schedulegram, which helps you schedule content. Thani, and it helps you manage content. So like you can go to the tool and put a post and put a time period. At 3 p.m. I want this to go out, so it will go out at 3. 5 I want it to go out, so that you don't have to log in every time and post. So it's for that. Although I would always prefer you do it manually. There's a lot of feel in it. Okay, you go to Instagram, put a picture, add hashtags. See. Well, yeah, in a way, yes. In a way, it is similar. Yes. I mean, the functionalities are similar. The UI might not be similar. And then there are some tools like Sprout Social, which are very costly, and big brands use them to get an advanced analytics. Like how many people engage, what are the sentiments, creating report rate, how the engagement rate is, the daily engagements, are they increasing, are they declining? What are the posts that are getting more engagement, what are the posts that are getting less engagement? Although we do these things manually, I mean, these things can easily be done manually. It took me 2 seconds to see which post gets a lot of engagement and which doesn't, right? Francis, in order to run ad on Instagram, you have to use the Facebook Ads Manager. Francis, by any chance, have you missed the second session where we talked about Facebook ads? Have you missed it? Were you not there in the second session when we talked about Facebook ads? So there we had told you, right, that you run Instagram ads through Facebook only. So Facebook has bought Instagram, right? So Facebook has a platform called the Ads Manager where under placements you get an option of feed and stories. I think you must have forgotten it. That's okay. Don't worry. So I'll tell. So when we run ads, there's a tool given by Facebook called the Facebook Ads Manager. Under that, we choose an objective, a budget, a placement, and there in placements you can go and choose Instagram, like you can see it here. No, we had spent an entire session on this. Independently, you can only boost posts. I mean, like Facebook pages, just like that. So if you have a business account, you can go to a post and promote it by clicking on it. Add a budget, add a time, and just promote it. You can just boost it. But if you want to run proper ads, you can always go to the Instagram, this thing, the Facebook Ads Manager, and choose it under placements, right? Francis, do you want me to share do you want me to ask the coordinator to share the link of the second session if you've missed it? That's okay if you have. Definitely, Stuti. Yes, definitely. Totally. Yeah, good. I think you missed on it. That's fine because we had spent like an entire session on it. The Facebook Ads Manager. It gives you a campaign dashboard. I think it's been some time, so it's okay. I can understand you might have missed out on it. I'll ask your coordinator to share the class. Link of the second class. You go to create. If you when you see all this, is it coming back to you? Is it all coming back to you? So you choose an objective. Under that, let's say you want traffic, right? You want to run a traffic ad. So then you go. Then now you choose. Guys, do other of you remember? Do you guys remember this or not? Or have you all forgotten? We had spent one entire session on this. Then you choose your objective, you choose your audience, then you choose a targeting, right? Then you choose a placement. So, Francis, after you've chosen your objective and your targeting and everything, then there's an option called placements. And in placements, Francis, there's a field called Instagram. See, ta-da. And I can choose whether I want to run a feed post or I want to run a stories post, right? Guys, see, hence I request, you might think that I am a broken record, but hence I request that please go and run Facebook ads. It's very vital. It's very important because when you'll run ads, then you'll understand these things. You'll ask me questions. You might get stuck, but you'll get that experience of running media campaigns, and that will be really helpful. Can I please take a promise from all of you now for the last time? It's been so many weeks now. Can you guys please run small Facebook ads and get back to me? Can you do that? Only spend $100. That's it. Just $100. Okay. Therefore, it's an investment towards your learning. Francis, you too. Okay. Please do. Run ads, ask me questions. Let's see how we take it from there. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys, about Instagram and these tools, paid ones. They're used by big brands to see the performance of hashtags and do some audience analysis and all that. But for smaller brands or even for decent sized brands, doing it manually is perfect. We also do it manually for our clients. Okay. So that's perfect. So that's Instagram for you, and it's a great platform for creating content, engaging with people, building advocacy, and building saliency. So those of you who are not very active on Instagram, can I now see you more active? Is it possible for that? Can I see you guys to be more active, share content? Guys, build thought leadership. Build content which really attracts people. Never feel shy. Social media is not about feeling shy or feeling, that I don't know what people will think. Don't be like that. Always experiment with content. I think it took a lot of guts to show you my fitness handle, which is a utter failure because I don't have time anymore, and to show you content. Sometimes content doesn't even work. Yeah, but I did it because it will give you the insight that experimenting with content is very important. Agree or not? There's no holy book that will tell you this content is the best. You have to experiment with it, right? It's all about experimenting with the content and seeing what works for you in the longer run. Yeah, cool. So great. So did you like Instagram? Did you like the session? I hope I was able to show you different sides of it, especially when it comes to influencers and how brands are doing crazy things, like Daniel Wellington and Cafe Coffee Day and stuff. Cool, perfect. Great. So let's take a 10-15 minutes break and we'll start with Snapchat in a bit, right? So you guys can also rest now. Pranjal, thanks for being patient with me. I really appreciate it, brother. Thanks a lot. I know you had to go. Yeah. Yeah, please, Valerie. You certainly may so. Please ask. And those of you who want to take a break, guys, please go ahead. We'll get back in 10-15 minutes. Okay. So please go ahead. Please go ahead. Okay. Yeah, please. And those who want to ask a question, please do. Amir, LinkedIn I had done last time. Whoa. In the last session we did Twitter and LinkedIn. Were you not here? So then you'll have to go and see the recording. Is it better to sign up for right tag with buffer, right? Well, Buffer is a tool that helps you automate content. You can schedule content. Okay. Right tag I haven't used because we personally, because we do it professionally. Okay. So we do it manually. We don't use tools. We don't rely on such things. Because it's a very tedious task. We go to hundreds of handles, see what hashtags they're using. We have an Excel sheet where for each client we have like 50, 60, 80 hashtags, and then we see what ones are making sense and how popular they are, and then we use it. So that's how we do it. I have not used right tag, but I have used buffer, and that's used for automation. So buffer and Hootsuite are a part of your fifth session, which is the next one, right? Where we tell you tools where you and how you use them. You have registered with the right relevance and buffer as part of our last assignment. Okay, you might have. I haven't used right tag, but I can tell you that these tools are okay. They are fine for researching hashtags, but you can also do it manually. There's no harm in doing it, right? I'm sure you must have, but that's cool. I also showed you how to do it manually, so I hope that right. On Insta, when we run ads through Facebook placements, where do they appear? Post our stories, or also can people who aren't following us see the placement ads? When you run Instagram ads, the ad appear in the news feed. Okay, this feed here, the feed of people here, the feed which you see, ads appear here. Okay, there are two options when you run Instagram ads. One is the news feed, which is this, and other is the stories, which is this. In between an ad will come. Okay, so if I'm scrolling, I might have something where in between an ad might come. Okay, so something like that. So that's the story. So we can choose both placements, right? So we run ads on Facebook Ads Manager. We can choose either the feed, which is this, or stories, what I showed you. And the ads appear in the news feed of people if you choose feeds, or in between the stories when they're scrolling through stories. Okay. Yes, ads are shown to people who are not following you. Okay. You run when you, I think, Medha, were you not there in the second session? When we run ads, we target people outside our community. Remember, there's something known as targeting. There are three kinds of targeting. There are three kinds of targeting: interest based targeting, custom targeting, and retargeting. Do you guys remember this? No, please don't be. Allow me to clarify. That's okay. Please trust me. Don't worry. So, when you have an Instagram account and there are people who are following you, when you're running ads, you are targeting people outside your account. You're targeting interest areas. People who love fitness, people who love food, people who love travel. And let's say you want to target people who love fitness. So, these are people who don't follow you and they're seeing ads in their news feed here. They see ads here in the feed. Okay? Do you get it now? Just like Facebook and Twitter. Similar to it. Okay. Ads are used to show content to people outside your handle and page so that new people see it and they engage with you. Are you getting me? Okay, perfect. Great. Super. Perfect, perfect. Wonderful. So great, guys. Let's take a small break. Come back in 10-15 minutes and we'll start with Snapchat. Meanwhile, if any of you does not have Snapchat, please install it. We'll add each other on Snapchat. Okay. So see you guys in 10-15 minutes and we'll pick it up from there. Cool. Okay. Goodbye. See you in 15.
So, guys, are you all back? Is everyone back? Okay, perfect. Great. So, I think we'll start then. So, we'll just start in a minute. Okay. So, just settle in. I'll get everything ready. So, now we'll talk about Snapchat. Okay. So, it's again a very fun social media marketing channel. Uh, it's like a strict mobile app. They don't have a desktop version, so we'll have to all peep into mobiles parallelly, but it'll be fun. Let's do that as well. Mm, I'll just share the screen. Just hang on. There you go. So, like Alok was asking, when will the session start? Right? So, how many of you use Snapchat? How many of you are active on Snapchat? Okay, so Alok is new to Snapchat. Okay, no worries. Okay. What else? What about others, guys? Priyanka, Rakesh, Alvin, Stuti, Varun is also new. Okay, so not a lot of new people. That's good. Priyanka is not active. Okay. What about others? Why are others so quiet? Guys, show some energy. Come on. Okay. So, just like Instagram, Snapchat is also a mobile centric social network. Okay. So, it's an app and it's very popular amongst the younger kids and the younger audience. Very intellectual, very, I would say, niche audience, premium crowd, you will say. Okay. Now, lot of kids with purchasing a lot of kids who like partying and having a good time are there on Snapchat. Many young adults are also there. I mean, I have friends who are active. I myself am there, but I don't. It's get the time to like post frequently. Once in a while, I would post something and we'll do something. But yes, I see a lot of youngsters, especially 15 to 25-year-olds, are like heavily vested in Snapchat. There are many younger ones who prefer Snapchat to Instagram. Okay, so before we start with Snapchat, there's one thing which I want to understand. Snapchat is like Facebook in a way, like a Facebook profile, and Instagram is like a Twitter one. Snapchat is closed. It's a very closed network. You only add people whom you know. They send you requests and you accept. And once you're all connected, you share personal and private messages with each other. And then Snapchat has now also introduced a feed of content which people can share publicly as well. Earlier it wasn't there. Right now it has also to make the app more popular and let it survive. They've done that. Okay, and the feed is very rich in terms of what is happening around you, what all happens here and there. Like a I would say curated feed. Which knows your interests and shows you content of stuff happening around. So these two kinds of things exist. One is the conversation which you have, the private conversation which you have with your friends and family. So when we talk about Instagram, wait. So Instagram is the majority chunk is about creating content for the public, for people to see. Whereas Snapchat is about creating more content for the people who are connected with you. So that's a fundamental difference. That means Instagram content is more public, like photos of travel destinations, clothes, this, that, aspirational stuff, which anyone and everyone can see. Snapchat, from a user perspective, is more personal. You will share fun stuff, personal stuff, which is very close to you. You don't want to share with everyone, and you just share with your own close network of friends. And when you engage with the people on Snapchat, you do it because you know them. You don't just interact with strangers like that and stuff. So the way, the tendency in which the content consumed here is very different. As you can see the screenshot on the left, it's again a photo centric platform. You can immediately click a snap, write a caption, and post it, and people can see it. So it's like all of you 10 minutes ago, when will the session start, right? And you could have just snapped it and shared it and stuff like that. So that's just an example. So, you can very quickly share content about things happening around you. You can share videos, snippets, and stories. Like if you're making a pizza, so you have the dough ready, then you have the sauce ready, then you have the topping ready, then you're baking it, then you're taking it out, then you're eating it. So all of it could be a success in succession. It could be a series of stories, and people, your friends will see it, people will react to it, and whatnot. So very similar to Instagram stories, but a little more personal, more private is the way to talk about it. Okay. So we'll understand Snapchat and try to understand it both from a user and a marketing perspective. So let's try to understand Snapchat and start with that. So it's a platform where all content is temporary. Okay, that's I think the first and foremost key thing you guys should know. It's not like whatever you post stays here forever. No, not like an Instagram post. So it's all temporary content just to engage with people and vanish. So it lasts up to 24 hours. Around 200 million monthly active users send a lot of content, right? Um, from India, also a lot of younger audience here is active. It has more users than Twitter, so that's again a great insight, just like Instagram. And that means it's pretty popular amongst the younger audience. And if you're a brand which caters into that space, you can definitely leverage with it, right? Majority users are 34 years under, so that's obvious because it's a platform for the younger audience, like I've been saying. So like I said, there's a curated feed of people or and for influencers and celebrities around you, which gets curated for you. It's called a syndicated feed. So you can check that feed and see. So those of you who've made a Snapchat account, if you add a few friends and if you swipe right, you'll see that there's a syndicated feed there which comes up, and when you share content and add people, so content from them comes up in that syndicated feed. So they have updated the UI after the screenshot. Like last week only, they've updated the UI. So now you have a category called friends where you can see stories from your friends. Under that, there's a category called subscriptions where if you've subscribed to someone or you follow them, you can see stories from them. And now the syndicated feed has come under that. So, like as per your interests, a lot of stories Snapchat also curates for you. So you can have a look at that and see. So all those things are there. So one, you can of course create and share content with your loved ones and your friends. Parallelly, you can also check the syndicated feed and see what all cool things are happening around you. And when I say cool, I mean the content here is pretty cool. I mean, if you also explore it a bit, it's very rich content, fun facts, news, crazy content, viral stuff, things from celebrities, younger audience, partying and whatnot. So very different kind of content out here, and you can subscribe to it and see. Okay, so what we'll do is, just to understand this a bit, we'll add each other as well. That will be fun. Okay, so what I want you guys to do it is add each other. So before I share that with you, so the content is temporary and there's no pressure to look good, unlike Instagram where you really have to have visually rich images, photos, and whatnot. This is just about sharing stories. Okay, and there are no likes and comments kind of stuff here. You just share content, send messages to each other, and that's it. It's like a messaging platform in a way, but a social network. And there are no engagement metrics which you really have to chase after. So that's again something very interesting. Okay. So let me share my handle with you guys so that you can also um, add me. I think that it's not here, so it's okay. So that's my handle, and you can add me. I'll see if I can share uh, a snap code with you. That would also be interesting. So snap code is basically a piece of code which you can scan using the QR scanner, and you can easily add someone. Okay, I'll tell you what it is in a bit. Don't worry. In detail, I'll tell you. Just give me a second. Since it's a mobile app, so one has to, I've disabled the screen for a bit. Okay, hang on. So one has to really parallelly use the thing on the phone while we are doing it. Okay, because it's a mobile app and it ensures your privacy, so they don't have a desktop account in place. So I've shared my handle name, and let's add each other and share some messages so that we can, interact and start engaging. I'll also share my snap code in a GIF. Just hang on. Okay, just wait. And it's always good to be on top of all these social media channels because that is when you can understand how these platforms perform, how these platforms behave, and you can easily then understand how people are leveraging them for not only marketing but also for just social networking, right? So I'll just enable my screen right now. So this is what a snap code looks like. It's like a scan QR code which you can scan, and it opens the respective profile. Okay, so if you open Snapchat and you open the camera, okay, so you can just scan this, and my handle will open. You all can also create snap codes and share with each other. I mean that shouldn't be a problem. Mm, so were you guys able to find me? Could you find me? I can find Medha and I can find Lucky. What about others, guys? So just go to add friends, and then you can add through snap code as well, right? Okay, do it. No worries. Nice. Yeah, so I found Alok and Francis as well. Others, guys, you guys also add, please, because it's important that you guys are here. Oh, nice. Great. So now some of us are chatting. That's good. Perfect. So as you can see, it's like a messenger-centric platform, and you can even add, send messages, send emojis. They got something called as bitmojis, animated emojis, so you can share those as well. What about others, guys? I can't. I can only see a few of you, not all of you. Let me add some more people in this group. I'm trying to do that. So let me figure out if I can. Uh, 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 Else I'll make a new one. Um, Guys, what about others? Where are you? Okay. So just 2 more minutes and I'll wait for you. Yeah, we're sharing pics. We made a group. I'm just figuring out how to add more people to it because whenever I do, it opens something else. So I'm just trying to figure that out. So give me a minute and I'll just get that sorted. Okay. Mm, I think we can make a new one as well. Can we? Uh, let's see. No, so that doesn't work. Don't worry, Alok, it's not that simple. See, there are three frames, okay? One is the center one, which is the camera. When you swipe left, it will open your chat. You might not have added a lot of people yet, but that's where the chat comes. And if you, from the center, swipe right, it's where the syndicated feed comes. Can you figure that much out first? Can you figure that out? Well, it is user friendly, just that it's new, no? So maybe it'll take a while to stick to you. That's okay. Even it was hostile to me also first, so it's okay. Don't worry. Please don't worry. Okay, one more. The sun shines. Who is that? Okay, that's you. Cool. Great. So, have you guys like installed the chat and added me? Have you guys done that? I can find Sagar here as well. Oh, cool. Anyway, so those of you who installed, you can just play along a bit, and then I'll like take you guys through all of it. Don't worry. I just want you guys to be comfortable with the app. Okay, so again I'll repeat. There's a center which has the camera where you can click snaps and upload. If you swipe left, that's the chat, and if you swipe right, that's the syndicated feed. Okay. Don't worry, Punita. It's okay. Maybe you can install it later. I'll just take you through all of it. Don't worry. Yes, Alok, correct. Definitely. Yes, you can. In fact, I'll just respond back to you on Snapchat. See, and you'll get an idea. So check your Snapchat. I've sent you a message. Okay, cool. So just like 1 minute more, guys, just play along with it and then I'll take you through all of it. That's okay. And those of you who can't install, that's fine. Don't worry. No biggie. It's cool. Yes, Rakesh and Alvin are also here. Good. It takes a while to stick to you guys. Like it's a new platform, but don't lose heart. Yeah, when you play along with it a bit, you'll get the whole gist of it. Okay, so don't think that it's not that simple. Don't think it's complicated. Okay, it's very simple, right? Yeah, just install it a bit. Just give me a second, guys. I'll just come back. I'll just have a glass of water and I'll come. Yes, I wasn't. I had water because I was coughing. Great. So I can see most of you guys have now started using it. That's good. That makes me happy. Okay. So that's really nice. So as you can see, it's a platform where very quickly you can take a snap, like a picture, and share it with your friends. Talk about stuff like which vanishes, okay, and stuff like that. So uh, you just can have fun, share fun things, and it'll all vanish. It's all like temporary. You don't have to look good. Small messages can go and stuff. So that's pretty much it. Okay. So that's that. Cool then. So let's move forward. So now you have an idea about the platform and how it is, right? And you get a little bit of insight into uh, um, yeah, how the whole thing functions, right? There's a syndicated feed, there's a chat, and there's a camera, right? So that's that. So now let's try to understand Snapchat and how the platform functions. Okay, so some basic terminologies. Snap is basically the picture or video which you take and you share with your friends, right? So any picture or video which you click instantly and you snip it, snap it, and share it. That's called a snap. I don't have to, I really don't need to define what a friend is, right? I hope not. People whom you've added to on Snapchat, you've connected with the friends. And when someone adds you, but they don't follow you back, they become your followers. Okay. So, like, if two people follow each other, then they are friends. But if only one follow, but someone follows you, but you don't follow them back, then they are a follower to you, right? And stories like a running film reel, like I was showing, that in succession, a lot of stories go one after the other. So that's like a running film reel. So a series of snaps which longer story together are known as stories. There are something known as filters. So filters are basically those color shades. So if you take a photo and you keep swiping right, okay, take a photo and keep swiping right, so a lot of color effects and all those things will come. Lenses are basically when you take a selfie and you press on your face, so it will add a lot of effects on your face. It will add glasses, make you into a dog and whatnot, crazy stuff. So those things are known as lenses, where they put in artificial, I mean, augmented reality things on your face, and they make your face into different things and stuff like that. So play along with it, guys. It's fun. It's fun, and not everything is supposed to be marketing always. It's also a very fun app, and you can really enjoy doing crazy things. A lot of ladies love this tool for the filters and all that. It makes them look very pretty, and they share it across and put it as their DPs and stuff. A lot of guys also have fun, putting filters and doing crazy stuff. So go ahead and experience it a bit. That will really make it fun for you. Geo filters are again filters at a particular location. So if I take a photo and but I'll show you. I think showing would be better because some of you couldn't install the app, right? So Snapchat filters first and foremost. Okay, so Snapchat filters are basically the effects, image effects which come. So stuff like that. Okay, these are all the lenses, like I was telling you, right? The front camera, if you take a selfie and you press on your face, then you can do such crazy things with your face, effects and animation. So these are all known as lenses, right? So you can do add a lot of different kinds of effects and whatnot to your face. And then there's something known as geo filters. Okay, so that's basically location specific filters that also come on your photo. So you can put that as well. Mm, for example, let's say you're in a particular place. So these are small sticker kind of things that come on your photo. So these are known as geo filters, right? So for Delhi also you have, for Bombay you have many places, so you can just go and check it out and see. So such kind of stickers come in the bottom and you can use that. So it's all about creating fun, wacky content. See, this is Winnipeg, beautiful city. It's a very beautiful city, right? And these are the different kinds of filters you can add to the photo and share it across, right? This is London, yeah. So such a kind of stickers also come up, and you can put and you can share. Okay. So and snap code is basically this, the code which you can generate to make people add you. It's like a favicon. Uh, you can also use this as your DP on other social media channels and ask people to follow you, so you can do that stuff as well. Okay, so these are some fun tidbits that happen and can be leveraged, right? You've already experienced the app, right? There are three parts. One is the chat, one is the camera where you can take snaps, add filters, and one is the feed where you see stories from around, right? Um, let me see. Since some of you couldn't install the app, let me see um, if I can take you through it, right? Uh, although without the audio. So here you go. So this is the feed I was talking about, and this is like a message which you sent, right? This is a story you can put it across like this and share it with people. And when you click on a photo or a picture or something and you share it, that thing is known as a snap, right? And this is the central part, right? So you can choose if you want to add people, you can find them, you can generate a snap code here, okay? And create new stories. The platform has again changed a bit, like a couple of days back. This is that center screen with the camera, which I always tell you about, where you can take snaps and share it with people, right? That's the top one. This is the syndicated feed, which I was talking about. So things that interest you, interesting topics, cool, crazy, wacky things. You'll have channels like National Geographic, IGN, People, Mashable, all these things. They create a lot of stories every day, and you can just go across it and check it, right? These are some examples of those stories in the syndicated field. So stuff like that. And this is what a snap story looks like. So as you see, normally short stuff in forms of stories are the most unique and right and stuff like that. So that will give you a little bit of idea about the new Snapchat UI. Okay. Yes, Alok, are you asking something? Let me know if you want to ask something. Okay. Let me see if I can show a better one as well. What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you an actual app. Okay, so it's a mobile. See why don't they have a desktop app? Because it's like a messenger kind of a platform. You share stories with your friends and loved ones and whatnot. No, so hence it's very mobile specific, and they don't give you a desktop app. But if you look at this video now, you'll get an idea like how one can see the syndicated feed and discover new content, see what people are talking about in and around them, right? Um, a lot of different kinds of feed curated from people. Then this is the central screen I talk about, the one with the camera, and this is the chat. This is the chat window on the left, right, where you send snaps and messages to your friends and loved ones. You can send them snap messages and engage with them. So those who are active, they're very active on Snapchat, and it's very interesting tool for them because they can just share what all they're doing in the day. And if you swipe up on the camera, this thing comes up. You can add more people and check and whatnot. Okay, so it's a fun platform, and you can have a lot of fun with it. Right, as a user, you can keep on sharing what all is happening with you in and around the day, and you can just um, share messages and whatnot with your friends. Add a few people here and there. Right, so you can do that. What's the use of it in marketing? Alok, what happens is a lot of people, what they've done is they've made digital marketing into a quick get rich quick kind of a tool. I'm an SEO master. I will make backlinks. Organic traffic will come. Yo, I'm an SEO master. Oh. So they have really not got the whole essence of brand building, right? Probably they don't come from an advertising background, or they're not into brand, right? They're not into brand strategy and brand. They're just creating backlinks and stuff like that. So they think that that's what marketing is. But allow me to explain that marketing in itself is both a science and art, where there are multiple touch points which one has to cover to meet the ultimate objective, that is, build a brand, enter more markets, build saliency, gain sales, and whatnot. So when we talk about a platform like Snapchat, it's a closed network where people talk about share pictures, stories, they share events around the day. As a brand, what do you think could be those small tidbit content pieces they could make to keep people involved and engaged, especially when it's a more younger audience centric platform? Okay, I understand your question because there's been some deterioration in the industry, and many people think that getting traffic to website is marketing, or getting a product app installs is marketing, or getting sales is marketing. But these are just business objectives. marketing in itself comprises of a lot of promotional mixes, right? So if you ever understand that, like how a brand functions and what the brand triangle is, so the first two things we need to understand is building a saliency and advocacy that leads on to that, right? Not everyone has a blog, not everyone has a card. And when you have fun and you build a community, so channels like these also really let you do a lot. Now tell me something, Alok. Do you think a brand like Bikaner Wala can do something on Snapchat? Do you think it makes sense for a brand like Bikaner Wala to do something on Snapchat? Um, they sell Raj Kachori and stuff like Chole Bhature. Do you think it makes sense for them to be on Snapchat? What do you think? What do you suggest? Oh, nice answer. Politically correct, right? But anyone else? Can anyone else share an opinion? Do you think a brand like Bikaner Wala should be on a Snapchat? You can be honest. I mean, there's no right or wrong in this world, no. So just whatever you strongly feel, let me know. What do you think? Okay, fair enough. Punita doesn't think so. I understand. Anyone who thinks yeah they can be? Anyone? Okay, let me show you something very cool. Today, the younger audience also has the purchasing power, and eventually, these will be the people who will, have the purchasing power and make influential decisions in the coming years. So, a platform like Snapchat has very less competition, right? And the younger audience today has a lot of purchasing power. Those who are between 15 to 25 in the coming years, they'll be the next generation with the purchasing power. So younger affluent audience, millennials, all these people, they come to this platform. So when you yourself are present on a platform like that, and you share experiences from your store, your brand, things that happen behind the scenes, you engage with people, you do fun stuff, you involve them with a couple of quizzes and this and that. So that really helps build saliency for a brand, even if you're Bikaner wala. Okay, so don't just think that a very young audience or a very youth centric audience would only engage to a brand of their choice, or a brand like Fast Track or something would make sense. It's not like that. Any brand which would eventually cater to a younger audience can do stuff here. If you go and follow Bikaner Wala on Snapchat, you will see that they share daily posts about good photos and pictures from their stores, tasty food pictures and snaps, fun stuff behind the scene, happy customers, happy servers, happy chefs and stuff like that. So that keeps the whole buzz going, and they don't overdo it. They share it in a very like nominal pace, so they don't overdo with the feeds and all, and you can always share back stuff with them and engage with them. So any or every brand, it's about building saliency, leveraging it, engaging with people, and creating that aura, creating that engagement sense around you, so that you engage with people. You need to understand that social networking has a second word called networking. So you need to network with people, engage with them, and platforms like Snapchat and Instagram really help you do that. Okay, so if millennials are a core part of your target audience, then you should definitely experiment with Snapchat. And never forget that millennials and the younger audience today will be the people with the purchasing power tomorrow, and they'll be the decision makers. So right now, there's a very less competition on Snapchat, and a lot of brands they're leveraging it to the fullest to create influences with the millennial audience. Okay, so Alok, now do you get a little bit what I was trying to say? Do you get a bit of it? I mean, not everything is clicking and going to the website, but it's also about brand building. It's also about engaging with people, building a community. It's about creating impressions subtly in the mind of those who tomorrow will have a purchasing power, and they'll definitely have a favorable response to your own brand and business when they look at it. Okay? Yeah? You get it? Yes, definitely. These guys will be the influence makers. These guys will be the decision makers tomorrow. These guys will be, and there is not really a lot of investment required in a Snapchat. Do you think? You just need one person to manage photos and pictures and share. That's it. You don't need to buy costly ad inventories. You don't need to create out of the world graphics. Nothing. The investment is less. Time is one investment which, if you have a resource on board, you can easily put. Right? So that's that. When we talk about marketing, we talk about things from a business and brand perspective, and not from a user's one, right? So then you can think that we can attribute different costs to different objectives, and we can plan it in a very channel way. We can create a social plan where we think, okay, these are the efforts for this social channel, these are the efforts for that. It has to be in sync with all of it. lot of brands are very crazy on Snapchat. I mean, if you have you guys heard of this brand called Have More? Have you heard about them? Sorry. Yeah. Have you heard about them? Ahmedabad, a brand from Ahmedabad. They make ice creams and stuff. Have you heard? Very popular in Delhi now. Yeah. They do some phenomenal work, Alok, on Snapchat. If you follow them, they engage with people a lot. They do a lot of phenomenal works. They'll share stories like this: push this, open this, unwrapping something. What would ice cream say? See snap stories. We already know which ice cream you'll be relishing. Game of cones. So just daily fun content. See, when the freezer is empty, ice cream. Stay cool in summer. Follow Have More on Snapchat. Yeah, cool, vibrant, fun, chalky content. Yeah, some brand called Tiny Toast doing something, tap and something happens. So brands, really love leveraging such things. Okay, so let's get back to this. So I was telling you that it's a platform where you can do a lot of brand building and advocacy if you do it right. Okay, the younger audience is there, very less competition is there, right? Well, tentatively it's like 15 to 25 years, but I even have 30, 35-year-olds on Snapchat, although they're a little lesser. Majority audience is less than 35 years of age, but the younger audience is pretty much there. Like my younger brother is very active there, like phenomenally active. Okay. So, yeah. So, how to get a decent followership in the first go? Like, if you're new to Snapchat, so how to get followers, right? So you can cross promote your account on other channel. Like, see how Nat Geo did it. Let the wild in every day. So every day you get some cute pictures of wildlife and stuff. So follow them on Snapchat, or you can share a snap code. On your other social media channels. Gucci put a display picture of the snap code. Isn't that genius, guys? They've got like 15 million followers on Facebook, and they put a display picture there. Don't you think that's genius? And now, once they upload their DP, people can understand, okay, Gucci is on Snapchat, and the younger audience is definitely into brands like these, and they can follow it. It's a great idea, Rakesh. Why do you say no? I mean, just imagine your Facebook page has 15 million followers, and when you update your DP, they get to see that snap code every day. Even if 1 or 2%, convert into Snapchat users, that's a huge number. Do you still disagree? Well, I think it's great. I think it's a great idea. I mean, if you have a lot of followers, you can definitely leverage it. Everything is very subjective. Personally, I feel it's pretty great. It's a genius idea, right? Then a lot of people do posts on Snapchat, like to or Snapchat related posts on other channels, like to see the real entrepreneurial journey. Follow Gary V, and then screenshot this, go to Snapchat, add by snap code. So it's all in a very systematic flow, and I can understand those of you who are new to Snapchat might find this a little alien and hostile, and I get it because you guys aren't very active. But trust me, I see a lot of youngsters who are active, right? I manage a team of so many youngsters, and these guys are so active on Snapchat. Sometimes I feel obsolete. Sorry. So for them, it's effortless. So Alok, I'll make you understand. Don't worry. You know what Facebook pages are, right? We discussed that in the first session, right? Do you remember? We talked about Facebook pages. Yes, yes or no? Do you remember what a Facebook page is? So what Gucci did, they had 15 million followers on their Facebook page, Alok, and they changed their DP to a snap code a while back. It's been a long while since they've done it, right? So they must have changed their Facebook display picture. When I say DP, I mean display picture. They're very active in changing their DPs, huh? See, so they changed their DP to this thing, a Snapchat code, right? And people became happy that now they're also on Snapchat. And once you scan this code, give it a shot. Open your phone and scan it. You'll find Gucci's account on Snapchat and you can follow them. So all the 15 million people now they would come to the Gucci page or see content, they would see the snap code here, like in the screenshot, right? And a lot of people would have got to know that Gucci is now on Snapchat and could have gone back and followed them, especially the younger audience. Okay, so that was a great way of getting followers on Snapchat. Do you get it now? You understand what I was trying to say? Yeah, still didn't get it. Okay, no worries. I'll again tell. That's fine. Allow me to explain. This is the Facebook page of Gucci. These are all the 15 million people who follow Gucci. So if they change their display picture to their snap code, then a lot of these people who follow them on Snapchat, they will get to know that okay, now Gucci is also on Snapchat. Okay, because they've changed the display picture. No, so imagine if I go to my feed here and I see a page, and let's say there I see a snap code by Gucci, so I'll get to know that okay, this brand is on Snapchat. So now I can scan it and I can follow them on in Snapchat as well. And the younger audience really loves Snapchat, right? So they really love to engage here. They would really love to be a part of this, and they would follow back. So it was a great way of informing the world that they're on Snapchat, especially to those 15 million people who already follow them on Facebook. So they leveraged their Facebook audience and build and told them that we are now on Snapchat and you can follow us back by updating their display picture. You get it now? Perfect. Great. Awesome. Yeah, exactly, guys. Bang on. Good job. Good. Okay. So people keep on posting on other social channels. But the best part about Snapchat is how you can drive engagement. It's crazy. Yeah. So the engagement aspect here is crazy. I mean, younger audience is very intellectual, very active, and they love digital channels. So if you want to engage with them, you can do crazy stuff. Just check this out. So snaps are a series of stories, right? Stories are basically series of snaps. Sorry, I said the opposite thing. So when I create 10, 15 snaps in a succession, that will be a story. So see, as a brand, if you do stuff like this, did you hear the news? Grubhub is looking for an intern. There are only a few days left. Please apply. Happy doodling. So that's a great way of engaging with people, right? In succession. So one after the other, when you swipe, these stories will come. Like check this out. Stick around. You might get 15% off, and then tuck, slice, tuck, slice, and you do this, getting hungry, and eventually you get the code. Slice, use 15% off on an order of $10 and expires. So do you get an idea now how it can be used for marketing? Yeah. Look, now you get an idea that if you have people following you, how you can engage with them, how you can create propositions. It's all about creating a value proposition and positioning yourself as a brand and thinking what are the different collaterals I can provide to engage with them. So it's very simple. I mean, if you're a pizza brand, what is the most you can offer in a sales promotional mix? It could be a discount coupon, it could be free delivery, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. You can definitely share short links, no? So it's always good to share short links so that people can remember them. You guys know you can make customized bitlies, right? You guys do understand, yeah? That you can make customized bitlies. You know what those are? Small URLs which can be customized, like goo.gul, right? Slash, let's say VB. It can be a customized, yeah? Well, I think it's great, yeah? So stuff like that you can do, and it's very, very engaging. Like if you're a bigger brand or if you've got a lot of popularity, then it really adds a lot of value, don't you think so? And you can really engage with people and build a niche community here on Snapchat. You need to understand the audience that is there on Snapchat. No, it's a very younger and a more, I would say, intellectual and a more premium audience. So the way you engage with them has to be a little different. Sorry, Stuti, what didn't you get? It's okay. Please ask me again. What didn't you get? I didn't understand. Oh, so don't go by that example. There are URL shorteners that create small URLs. For example, Stuti, if this is the let's say if this is I'm a restaurant owner and this is my website and I want people to go here and order. Okay, I want people to go here and like avail an order. So this is a very long URL, Stuti. People will not be able to remember it in photos, no. So what I can do is I can go to a URL shortener like this. Okay, Google URL shortener. I can go here, right, and I can make a smaller URL, right, and it's very simple. They automatically you post a long URL and you can shorten it like this, so it creates a small URL like this, and now if you click on it, you can remember it. It just has 4 or 5 characters, right? So now whenever someone will click on this small URL, they can even remember it. You can even write it, type it, put a photo of it, right, and the link will open. Yeah, I'm glad you asked me. Thanks for asking. Whenever you guys have questions, please ask. Okay. It's always good to clarify. So good job. Yeah. But Stuti, you're getting this, right? How the brand is very smartly engaging with its followers. I hope you're getting this, right? So all these stories happen one by one. Okay, Snap stories, they happen one by one. Yes, because if people are using this URL, so you only use it on Snapchat, so you can track how many of people have clicked on this URL. Don't you think so, Varun? Make a Snapchat specific URL and share it on Snapchat, and you can track it. Yeah, makes sense. You know? Good. So that's that. So similarly, they create a lot of fun stuff like this. Who's excited? Alok, I hope you understand this kind of content works with the younger audience. I hope you're able to see that. I hope so. It's not for a very mature audience. It's for a younger audience. Okay. Yeah. Are you getting it? Who's excited? Thanks for counting down. This is Taco Bell, right? And then breakfast is here. Okay. Younger audience doesn't react to ads. Yeah. Like let me show you. Have you seen ads like this? I don't know if you have. Um, no, I can't find it. Those cheesy classic Indian ads. Yeah. You know. Ads like these. Younger audience will never engage with stuff like this. Okay, they will not. Okay, but if you look at content like this, right? Just check this out. Pepperoni pizza bites, a very colorful one and a very, yeah, vibrant one. Stuff like that. So the audience would love to engage with stuff like that. Okay, which creates fun content and what. So they would love to do that. Yeah, good, you're getting it. So, see how you can engage. When did the first Taco Bell open? And where he opened the first Taco Bell? 10 random snaps will by 12 a.m. will win. Okay. So stuff like this, the younger audience would love to engage with, and they would, participate. You can even do contests, right? This was a very cool contest, guys. What they did was they removed the background of some photos and they asked people to make a collage out of it, right? So you have to make your own taco. So literally, you have to make your own taco in terms of stickers. So you could use these backgroundless images on Snapchat. It's very easy. If you use it, now you'll get an idea. All these tools are there, right? And you had to. So they had given you ingredients like this. Okay. So as a user, I could pick up all these fillings, right? And all these dips and all those things, right? And I could make a taco like this and share it with Taco Bell, right? And tweet to them, and I could win prizes. So don't you think that's a great way to involve people and engage with them? It's an amazing idea. It's a brilliant one, right? And it really helps, engage with people and put the brand very subconsciously in their head. Yes or no? What do you think? Yeah. And don't think why people will do it. Okay, people love doing this. There's a word in Hindi. Sorry, Valerie, for talking about Hindi for a second. Called vela. Right? People have a lot of time. So Valerie, vela in English would mean idle. Right? So people have a lot of time in hand, so don't think that they will not engage or that people wouldn't do such stuff, right? They will. Vela is a Punjabi word, I think. My bad. My bad. Right? So, as you can see, people do participate in such things and they enjoy making such stickers, sharing it with the brand. As a user, you will get to have some fun. Maybe you get a chance to win a prize or something like that. So it's pretty cool, pretty fun, right? Is there anyone who's not getting any of this? Anyone who's not understanding? I mean, anyone who thinks what is Snapchat, anyone who doesn't understand what a Snap is there anyone who doesn't know why they are doing this, why is this brand doing this? Anyone who thinks it was better to be in the banking job or something, this is not making sense. Anyone? Anyone? Okay, cool. It's my job to ask because I want you guys to be crystal clear on all of this. Very fun stuff, guys. Start if even if you do some small stuff like this, no, you can easily do it. You don't get the last part. What is the last part? Tell me. You don't understand what? This thing? The screen we are on at? The screen we are at currently? You don't understand that? Francis, what Taco Bell did? Do you know what Taco Bell is? It's a brand like KFC and McDonald's. They sell Mexican food. So they created a contest where they asked people to use these stickers. Okay. So you see this taco here and the nachos or whatever they are here. And this stuff here, all these pictures. So you can use all of this and create a taco like this. See, small, small bits, right? And you can share it with Taco Bell and you can win a prize. These are not ads. These are posts. These are not ads. These are organic posts with Snapchat you can do on Snapchat. It doesn't say sponsored anywhere. Okay, don't get confused. This is not an ad. Ad means when you're paying money for something. This is you just creating content on your Snapchat account and engaging with people, right? So, Francis, um, so Taco Bell encourage people to use these pictures and create a collage like this. If you're not able to understand how it could happen, so Snapchat allows you to erase background. So you can erase the background like this and put it in a bigger collage like this. You can manipulate stickers and all, make something like this. This is something the younger audience can do, and then you can share it with the brand, and if they like it, they can give you a prize. So it's a contest to engage with people. Do you get it now? You get it? Are you able to understand now? Okay, perfect, wonderful, right? So I was telling you guys about geo filters, filters which can be put up on the basis of location like this. So even brands can make their own customized geo filters. You can submit a geo filter. Let's say you're doing a festival like Comic Con, a carnival, or an event. So you can put up a geo filter and you can ask people to share content and do stuff like you can create a geo filter like this, the one you see here on the top, or the one which broad city which you see here in the bottom. And whenever someone goes to that particular location, puts a photo, they can add that geo filter to it and share it, right? So that's really a fun way of creating fun content. Now, when you create a lot of content on Snapchat, it's very important to measure it as well, right? To have some analytics in place. So there are some analytics with Snapchat you can track organically. You don't need a tool. Like who's viewed a snap, who's responded to a snap or snap story, who's engaged with you via chat, who's screenshotted a snap, stuff like that. So that's very cool. You can also get a notification who's done a screenshot. Okay. So imagine, let's say I'm a brand. Let's say I'm Coke. Okay, let's say I'm Coke, and I put a Snapchat story of a very nice bottle with a nice decoration and all, and I ask you guys to take a screenshot, and five lucky winners would win a gift hamper or something, and all the people who follow Coke will take a screenshot and snap it back, and I'll get a notification that they've done it, and I can pick five people from that and give them a prize, right? Something like that. And of course, when they share a story by snapping, their friends will also see it. That's just one way of engaging with them and marketing further. Okay, so you can see who screenshotted, and that gives you a notification as well, right? So, and then there are some paid tools, like paid tools that help you see advanced analytics, like how many stories you're putting, what stories are working best, what are the number of screenshots people take, how many people see all of your stories, how many people open your stories, followers, how many pictures you're putting, how many videos you're putting, these like these. So a lot of celebrities use such uh advanced analytics, which gives you ideas into how many opens, how many screenshots, how many people see all the stories, how many people open your content and stuff like that. Okay, that Snapchat is it's fairly new in India. It's just picked up, so it's a great time to be on it. Put your head to it and experiment a bit and get over on it. It's still very new. It's in its nascent stage, but again, for brand building, especially among the younger audience, it's amazing. Yeah. So that's Snapchat for you. Can I expect you guys to be more active? Can we share some snaps and stories with each other? Now since we've added each other. Those who've sent a request later, I'll just add you back after the class, okay? So can we share snap stories and stuff, maybe some stuff related to digital marketing with each other? Would that be a nice thing? That will also make Snapchat friendly for all of us. What do you say? Okay, let's do that. Huh? Also, whenever you see a social media channel, please understand there's a very wrong thing happening in the industry right now. Don't look at a social networking channel as a get rich quick scheme for marketing, like, oh, this is SEO, it will give me organic traffic. Organic traffic will click on my ad and I will make money. Don't don't think like that, guys. It's a humble request. If someone's teaching you like that, just look at them, turn in the opposite direction, and you know what to do. I've told you so many times. Try to understand each platform for its own USP. SEO is done to build advocacy amongst keywords that would bring genuine traffic. A lot of sense goes into it, into understanding what keywords would work and what kind of audience you need, right? So it's not about getting traffic for who will click on your ads. Similarly, Snapchat is about sharing experiences and creating stories in small snippets and building that advocacy to engage with people so that they favor your brand. It's not about just clicking and buying stuff and installing apps. Okay, so we have to understand that there's each platform which is specific to that. So USP means unique selling point, but I'll still Google it, right? Not United States pharmaceutical, okay? Unique selling proposition, Valerie. Okay, so that's what USP is, right? And yeah, no worries, no worries, don't say that. So every platform has its own. So by now, you guys understand that Facebook is more of a laid-back platform which is used for creating videos and generating emotions. Twitter is a fast-paced platform, a lot of opinions and aggregated content in small bits and pieces, 280 characters. Hashtag makes it a public platform. Instagram is again a public platform with hashtags but strictly beautiful and outstanding pictures and videos, whereas LinkedIn is more about a professional network and a closed one where you build thought leadership, as opposed to Snapchat, which is like a messaging platform where you connect with your friends and family and whatnot, and you share stories and experiences and you engage with them. Do you understand the differences in all of them? Do you? Yes or no, guys? So yeah, exactly, Valerie. The kind of question I want you to steer away from. I'll tell you why. Because when you say ROI, it could mean so many things. What is your business? What is your objective? What is your goal? What is your target? What kind of audience do you want? Then you need to map it out into, how you can achieve those objectives, where your audience is, and then what is your ultimate goal. I mean, if you're a brand like Coke, your objective on this social network is not sales, obviously. Your objective is share of voice. Agree or disagree? But if you're an e-commerce website and you need sales, then you can create a lot of promotional offers and use platforms like Instagram and Facebook. Maybe LinkedIn isn't right for you. Okay. Every platform has its own USP. Every business has their own objective. It's us who needs to understand both and experiment and see what works the best for us. Okay. So next time when someone asks you that how can I earn a lot of money from digital marketing, just look at them, turn back, and then you know what to do. Because that not even God can answer that question, because there is no way that one thing works and one doesn't. It's all about trying, testing, experimenting, and seeing what works and what doesn't work. Okay, it's always about putting some logic into where our audience is at, how they perform, how they work, what they do, what kind of objectives I have, how I will achieve them through different channels. Right now, I'm running an ad for a client. Just imagine how many audiences I'm running it to. Okay, just see. And I still can't say which audience is the best. I can't tell you which audience gets the best ROI. Some days it's one, some days it's the other. Okay, these are all conversion ads being run right now. So never ever think there's a secret cheat book or a password, like something like a cheat code. There's no. You have to experiment, see what works best. Some business objectives like sales, app installs can come from media backed platforms like Facebook, Instagram, maybe Twitter, LinkedIn. But some of the platforms are more about building brand and saliency. Again, Instagram, Snapchat can come here. Depends on the objective. So it's a very wide subject, and it really needs to be thought of in a detailed manner. So guys, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I hope it sticks to you. Are you getting what I'm saying? Please understand that each social media channel is different, each platform is different, and the way you adapt to a brand for or to a platform for an objective has to be different. Do you all get it? What about others? No? Great. Good. Perfect. So experiment with all of these channels, okay? You might be a B2B business which sells policies. right? You can be a financial firm selling investment policies, and you might think Instagram isn't good for you. But what if you create a lot of fun photos on real life experiences and maybe some traumas and how to avoid them and bring out emotions through rich visuals, and maybe the word gets out through Instagram? It might. It definitely might. These days, when we have to hire someone, we don't go to LinkedIn. I'm trying a new approach. I put a job post on LinkedIn, and those who apply, I send them a message from VB Social's Instagram account to their Instagram account. If they're social enough to reply, I consider hiring them, getting an interview, because they're active on different channels. I can see that they understand social media. It's all about experimenting. It's all about seeing what works best and what doesn't. Cool. So, guys, did you learn new things today? I sincerely hope so. These were two very interesting app-based platforms which have been wielded by the younger generation to the fullest, and brands and businesses are leveraging them to do a lot of crazy stuff, right? So I hope you guys learned new things and you liked today's session. Okay, thanks for being patient. So we'll just do a few things before we call it a day. Okay. First and foremost, we'll discuss the task. And while I do that, I would also request you guys to just fill the feedback form so that it helps us, understand, and we can then pick it up from there. So, guys, just fill the form once, and once you've done it, no, just let me know. So I'll take you guys through the task. Okay. Thanks. Thank you, guys. Just fill it, and I'll take you through the assignment. With you guys, how time passes, I don't even realize. It was just 10 o'clock a while ago, and now it's 1:30 here in Delhi. That's crazy. Has everyone else filled the form? Guys, a few of you have not submitted your previous assignments. Please do it. I mean, it's very important for us to track your performance after each session as well. It's for your own benefit. Trust me. So it will really help us see what kind of things you guys are sticking to you guys and where you guys are getting stuck. So I don't, of course, I will not take names, but those of you who have not submitted your assignment, please do it. Some of you have submitted, thanks a lot. We've graded most of them and we'll get back to you. But some of you have not, so please submit them and get back to us. Okay, please do it. It's a humble request. Um, for us trainers, it's very important to keep a log of your each one of you's individual performance and track as well. Okay, it is crucial. It's a part of our KRA as well. So it would be very important if you do the assignments and share it with us. It's very crucial. Okay. Thanks, Valerie. Thanks a lot. Please task. Yeah, I'm telling you the task. Don't worry. Look, I'll ask your coordinators. You should get it back soon, within a day or two. Okay, don't worry. Those guys work tirelessly for you guys, So don't worry. We'll sort it out. Okay. Yeah. So today's session was about Snapchat and Instagram, right? And as you could see, the the task which now lies at hand would be more about rich visuals and content which one can make to build saliency, to build brand awareness. So I will not, of course, tell you what to do, because that might and not let you think creatively. But what you can do is you can choose a user case and think of these platforms and how they can be relevant to your business objectives. Okay, see, your business objectives can be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time based. I mean, they have to be specific, and they have to have some some kind of a realistic outcome to them. So how a platform like Instagram or Snapchat could fit in, and how you could leverage them to sorry, and how you could leverage them to build that saliency, how you can leverage them to attract people and get them on board, do different kinds of things. Instagram and Snapchat let you be creative a lot. So what are the different kind of things you can do? Influencer marketing is a huge vertical. Okay, when you think of a business objective, what are the different kinds of influencers you can get in touch with and also keep them on board? You can run ads, you can cross promote content. If you do something on Instagram, you can also cross promote it on Facebook. You can run ads through Facebook Ads Manager. So a lot to do, right? So, and there's a user, and again, as always, there's a case which you have to pick up, and you have to build on that case, and you have to answer a few questions. Under each question, as always, there's an explanation. But I would like to see how you guys think subjectively. These are all subjective questions, okay? We just need to see how you think and what are the ideas you can chalk out. And once you do that, just share that, and we'll get back to you with our own feedback on it, right? So all the things that we talked about, like bios, and sharing, involving influencers, different kinds of posts, stories. So it's all there. It's all a part of today's task, and just do it and share it with us so that we can also check it and get back to you. Okay, great. So thanks a lot, guys. If you have any questions, please ask me. I'm more than happy to answer. Those of you who are tired and want to call it a day, please say your goodbye. I understand it's been a long day, and I think Stuti, you had to go somewhere, right? You had a commitment. So a very goodbye, like humble goodbye to you. So see you next weekend, and have a great week. Gitanjali, goodbye. Have a great week. Do well. Okay. God bless. Okay. And if there's any question you guys want me to answer, I will. Else we can session. Okay. We guys are here for you. Anytime you have any query, put it in the LMS. We'll answer it. Please do your assignments, guys. It's very important. I can't stress enough that we can't consider the whole thing to go as a progress if you are not sharing your assignment. Please share because we want to share our inputs and see how you guys perform. Thanks, Valerie. Bye. Take care. Have a great week ahead. Have a good Sunday, Valerie. Bye. Alok, Digital Vedas not has asked us to not share our phone numbers and email IDs, but you can always drop in a query in the LMS. Okay, we've been asked not to, so that's something which my bosses have told me. So my hands are also tied, right? So, but you can definitely put in a query in the LMS. Thanks, Punita. Thank you. Have a great Sunday. Thanks, Alvin. Yeah, Varun, check out Canva. It's pretty good. You can also check out PicMonkey. Check out these two. Okay, check out these two tools. Play with them. They're very easy. They're not tough. Check these two out. They have a lot of references for you as well. Okay, so that's actually the most easy to use tool out there. Then, if you want to get into more advanced stuff, you can tutor yourself, teach yourself Adobe Photoshop. I haven't used BeFunky. Sorry, can't comment. I haven't used it, so I cannot comment. Really sorry. I use Photoshop and Illustrator. Yeah, but you'll have to teach yourself a bit. So if you're ready for that, then you will kill it. Trust me. If you can take out time and teach yourself Photoshop, you will kill it. So definitely Photoshop is for you. And also photography then. Cool then, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. See you guys next Saturday. It was great. Good day. Have a great Sunday, guys. Have a great Saturday and a great week ahead. Do well. God bless. See you. Goodbye. See you. Bye bye. Bye.